Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. All right, how's everybody doing tonight or today? Uh, Good to see you guys. Sorry about the delay. Sorry about yesterday. Um, I had some technical difficulties yesterday, and I wasn't able to come on till today. I had to get me a new modem. Um, and the crazy thing is when I went to get a new modem, because I decided to buy my own this time, because for what the internet company gives me, these modems, I don't know, they keep going down, having issues. So I went and bought my own. So I spent all day getting this modem so I could go live. Um, and then I bought one. Well, it wasn't acceptable through my carrier for my internet. So I had to go to look at the list, take that one back, and get one that was acceptable. Um, so that was my day yesterday. And I felt so bad. I really wanted to go live last night. Saturday nights are, the best option for me. And it just makes it easy because, for me, Saturday's the last day of the week for me. And then I got Sunday and Monday off. So, um, it works out for me that way for Saturdays. But, I was trying to setting it up to go live. Then my TVs weren't even working. Are they going on and off? And it was just crazy. But I think the problem is fixed now. Um, I've been having some internet issues where I live. They're supposed to put up new towers and stuff, and it's supposed to get better. We'll see. But anyway, it's good to be here today. Good to see you guys. Okay. If you look at my title, it says Winds of Change, Black Women, White Men, Couples on the Rise. Okay. They've been on the rise since, well, there's always been interracial relationships all through our history. Well, all through world history. Okay. People do come together of different ethnicities, people that have different skin tones, come from different continents. It's just the way of the world. Men and women were attracted to each other. And I don't believe we're just supposed to be separated by race and colors and all this crap. I think people need to come together for love and people that have character, someone that's going to love you and put you first. That's what you need, regardless of what that color is. Okay. But there's a lot of people still stuck in that segregated mindset that think because women look like the men, that they got to stay with the men and vice versa. And we just got to separate ourselves so we can look, so our children can look exactly like us with the same skin tone. I don't believe in that. I think that's garbage. Okay. Um, People are people, whether they're light or dark, they're people. Okay. Um, and every group there's attractive people and people that are average and some whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay. And there are good and bad in every group. People that have character and people that don't. People that make things happen and people that wait for things to happen. people that rely on others to be successful, and those that just become successful on their own. Okay. Um, that's just how it is. Um, but there is a rise. There's been about 400 to 500% increase on black women and white men relationships since Loving versus Virginia. Okay. And that's because more people are opening up their options, and our population has grown since then. Um, I think now we're like on the decline because people are having less children because of economic reasons, and it is what it is, but it's increasing. Black women, white men have the best results when it comes to marriage, statistically. Okay. Um, we dig in the numbers. I've researched this. Some people don't want to hear that, but oh well. If you don't like it, fix it. Um, Fix it in your own life. You can't control a group of people. All you can do is make it better for you. Be the best you can be. Um, but anyway, I'm going to talk about this, and I want to break some of the stereotypes, some of the conditioning, some of the beliefs that we've been taught through society, through even our family and friends, believing that other people are, we can't have a relationship with someone because they don't look like us, or they have a different culture and it never work. And we've been told these lies forever, and we've been told that staying with our own race is the best option, that someone that looks like you is going to love you more than someone that does not, which is a lie. Okay. Especially with black women and white men. Black women and white men, we do better when we do open up our options than within our own group. Now, am I saying that black people and white people shouldn't get together? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we need to open up our options, especially black women and white men. Black women, it's more critical for you because you outnumber black men by over 2 million. Okay. And then black men are going to date and marry out more than you do, like twice as much as you do. Black women are the most loyal women on the planet. That is a blessing, and it can be a curse. Okay. So I think it's critical that black women do consider opening up their options. Okay. Just the numbers are not in black women's favor. And then the black community is the least likely to be married statistically. Okay. So you got to look at the numbers. If you're looking to be married, to have a husband, you know, you got to look at these things. And white men too. Look, our marriage rates in our community ain't good either. Okay. We can point the finger, but our divorce rates are very high. Okay. But when we open up our options, we do better with Asian women, Hispanic, and black women. We do the best with black women. Okay. And white men are opening up their options more than white women are, you know. Um, and it, and that's a good thing. We need to. And there is a desire to do that, something different. A lot of times, and I believe this to be true, that black women and white men, I think we feel we've been taken advantage of by our counterparts, that we haven't been appreciated for what we do for our counterparts. It's like white men put white women on a pedestal. It's like black women put black men on a pedestal. And we provide and do what we feel we need to be in a successful relationship. But you know, when we do open up our options, we're finding out we're having more success, and we need to do it more. If it's more successful to go over here, we need to go over here. If black women are the best option for us statistically for love and marriage, then we need to go with black women. That's the thinking I have. Now, for me, I've always been attracted to black women. Even as a child, I always thought black women were amazing. I've always had love for black women. And I tell the story how I prayed to God for a black wife. I did. And some people think I'm crazy. weird, but that's where my heart is. That's Black women touched my heart when I was a child and I grew up. And you know, it for me, it's Black women or nothing. Okay. I can't change how I feel. I can't just say, well, whoever's out there, I can't do that. Okay. And there's a lot of people like me that just can't. You're attracted to who you're attracted to. You want to be with that group. And for me, it's Black women. And people say, well, you're lusting after them. You're fetishizing them. You're no, it's not that at all. It's just that's where my heart is. That's who I feel more comfortable with. That's who have showed the group of women that have shown me the most love in my life. Okay. And when I look at the stats, hey, it bears it out. Look, when I was 15, I prayed to God to have a Black wife. I did. And, and I've been serious, my whole life about this. And that was my desire at 15. And that's very young. Okay. But I knew what I wanted. And I went to my creator, my God, and asked for it. Okay. Just like I asked the Lord to come into my heart and save me. I asked the Lord for, a Black wife because I seen the beauty and the character that Black women have. I seen the beauty. Okay. And I always felt the connection with Black women. Okay. And Black women in my life were very, you know, had a big impact in my life. Even when it comes to faith, when it comes to relationships, how even just my relationships as friendships, Black women have shown me how to love the right way. And I think it would be a shame for me not to tell my story. I think it'd be a shame for me to be silent and not tell the world the blessing that Black women are. And I think it'd be a shame not to share, you know, my marriage with my wife Sandy and how we've been able to last all these years and still going strong and having children and grandchildren and growing. Okay, and Black women are an amazing treasure. I call Black women the hidden treasure, you know, and they are. And a lot of people don't know how amazing Black women are because of society, the media, and even men in Black women's community tearing down Black women. And it's unfortunate because most Black women I know don't fit those stereotypes. And I tell you, Black women are amazing. If she cares about you and you show her love and respect, you're going to go a long way. It don't matter if she comes from the hood or Hollywood. Black women are amazing, you know, and I've met Black women of all economic levels, and there's something about Black women, something in their heart, their love, their loyalty. And if you could connect with that, you could have the most amazing relationship marriage ever. Okay. And, you know, I tell my story, but my story is real. You know, people have checked me out and see if I'm lying, see if I'm telling, and they find out he's been married that long to his Black wife. Wow. Well, yeah. Why would I come up here and lie? And but I want to share my story and connect with people like me in the Swirl to investment community. That's our community, and we have every right to love who we love and have our own little group and promote what we do, our relationships, because we do lead the way, but society don't want to give us that. People don't want to give us our due and say, you know what, you guys are making things happen. You know what, your relationships are growing. And it's a beautiful thing. And guys, can you hear me okay before I continue? I got my beats in here and I connected them to my computer. I don't have my microphone here. It might not sound as good as when I have my Yeti microphone, but let me know. Can you hear me okay? Apparently, because nobody said they couldn't hear me. Okay, good. So I'm trying something new. I thought I'd throw my beats in. I got my headphones that I really like, my wireless. But this I'm trying with my beats and without a microphone. See how that sounds? I'll listen to the video, you know, later on and see how that sounds and everything. And but it's a good thing because if I do have to get up and leave and do something, I can still talk to you, whether I'm in a different room or not. Um, so I'm looking at that way, as a positive. But guys, I got some videos I want to show you. I got some slides I want to show you, and I want to talk about black women, white men. Winds are changing. People are opening up their options, and white men, non-black men, listen to me. Black women are opening up to us. Okay, um, and people are seeing the truth. I did a poll, and I asked, "Do white men treat black women better?" And I got overwhelmingly people said, yeah, white men do treat black women better. Okay. And maybe it's a little skewed because, maybe people that are against me ain't voting in this. I don't know. But I do believe people really do, if they're going to be honest, believe white men do treat black women better. They're more respectful, they're more loving. Um, and I'm not going to say all, this is where I get in trouble because I'm hating, because I'm saying, no, it's true. And I think it's our culture, how we were raised to treat women. Um, Growing up, I was taught and trained that we love and respect women. We don't hit women. We protect women. We respect women. We love women. Women are a treasure. Even in the Bible, it talks about the virtuous woman. And it talks about how a woman's worth is more than rubies, precious stones, anything that the earth has to offer. The woman is more precious than that. Okay. And that's how my culture is. And I'm traditional. Okay. Not all white people think like me, but a lot of white people still believe in marriage. We still traditional in that sense. Okay. And I found that a lot of black women are traditional and want those things too. A lot of black women are women of faith, and it impacted my life, and it's been beautiful. Now, have there been black women that have done me wrong and hurt me? Yes. Okay, people are human. Okay, there's good and bad in every group, but overall, black women have been an amazing blessing to me, and I am internally grateful. And I think I need to talk about that. I need to share that. I need to tell the world that. Because look, in our country, black women are 7% of our population. Okay. So not everybody's around a lot of black women. A lot of young non black men aren't around. They don't know. A lot of them, they see what they see on TV and what other people are saying about black women and even in their own community. And I think it's time to tell the truth. You know, it's time to tell who is the best option. Now, if we were colorblind and we didn't have our biases and we just told the truth like it is, overwhelmingly, everybody would say black women are the best option. Because if you look at the data, if you look at the love, the loyalty, the nurturing, the spirituality, hands down, black women would win. Not to say other women don't display those traits, because there are in every group of women, but I'm just saying black women have put up with the most and gotten the least. And I think it needs to change. And I think opening up your options will fix that, will make it better. Will it fix it totally? No, of course not. People are still corrupt. You still have to vet no matter what group you're in, you know, whether you're a man or woman. Okay. And I tell white men that are seeking a relationship with black women, I tell them vet. Make sure she loves you, she has character. Okay. Because there are corrupt people out there. And we can't just jump in and say, whoa, My friend had a good experience, so I'm jumping in too. You know, you got to see who you're dealing with. You got to get to know who you're with. Okay. Um, but things are changing. Okay. And I want to talk about one thing, and I'm going to show you this slide. Okay. Um, you guys have heard, I talk about providing and protecting a lot, right? That's our duty as men. And some people say, well, okay, you love black women, but you got a savior complex. People tell me that all the time. Like, oh, you just got to throw on your cape and save the black woman. Like, I'm just got this in my head. Like, I could save every black woman. I can't. I wish I could. But is it a savior complex, or is it the provide and protector within my character that I have been taught to do? Like I've been, raised to protect women, right? And if black women have my heart, they are my preference. Well, of course, I'm really going to be protective of black women. Okay. And when you love somebody, you're very protective of them. That's just natural. And us as men, when we love the woman we're with, we're a protector, we're a provider. We don't want to see them get hurt. Okay. I'm going to put this slide up here. This is going to be kind of funny, the pictures I put up here, but this is what people tell me. Okay, the provider, protector, or savior complex. Okay. I got a picture of me with a cape on like Superman and then a pirate hero guy. Okay. That's being funny. That's how they say I am, right? I have a savior complex. No, I don't have a savior complex. It's just that I want to love and respect black women and uplift them and treat them how they should be treated. Okay. Now, here's some truth and here's some propaganda. Number one, truth. Black women, white men marriages have 44% less chance of a divorce than both black and white couples. Okay? So we're leading the way there. That is the truth. Okay? People don't want to admit it, but it's true. Propaganda. Racist, fetishizers, not attracted to black women, only lust after them. This is conditioning. This is a lie black women have been taught. That white men ain't really attracted to them. They're just fetishizing or lusting after them. Okay? That's propaganda. Now, are there some white guys that do that? Sure. There are men in all groups that do that. Okay? But that's propaganda. That's what they want you to believe, black women, to keep you race loyal. Okay, now here's the truth. Truth, black women, white men have the longest lasting marriages because white men who love black women put black women first, sharing wealth and sacrifices his needs for the black woman. Okay, white men generally we're more open to sharing our wealth and sacrificing for black women. That's how we've been raised. We don't look at it like, she's going to take everything. Okay. We love her. We want her to be part of our life. We share our wealth. We sacrifice for her. We put her needs above our own. That's truth. Okay. Now, propaganda. White men only stand up for black women to attack black men. Okay. I hear this all the time. Well, you uplift black women to tear down black men. No, I don't. I uplift black women because black women should be uplifted and black women are not loved and respected like they should be. That's why I do it. I don't give a damn about the men in the community. It's the women that I have love and respect for. Now, if they're good men and do right, I got love for them, but I'm not here to promote men. Period. In the story. I'm here to promote black women and black women white men relationships. I'm here to give black women the love and respect that we owe black women. Okay? But that's propaganda. Now, truth. It's God's plan to bring our nation together. Okay? Now, let's talk about our nation. What's it consist of? Okay? Our nation consists of many groups of people. They're American like we are. We need to come together. Okay. It don't matter what someone's preference is. It don't matter if someone thinks this group of women's the best. They have every right, or this group of men's the best. Okay. But am I a, do I have a savior complex, or am I a provider and protector like my father taught me to be? Okay. I would say provider and protector. Now I'll make funny little cartoons with the cape on, and you see my short where super swirler man. Yeah, that's funny. We could laugh, but seriously, I have love and respect for black women. I've been married to a black woman over 30 years and still going strong. I did it the right way. I didn't come in fetishizing and lusting and trying to get a body count. No, I came looking for a wife. I prayed for a wife. I didn't pray for being with black women. I prayed for a black wife. Now, I had to date black women to get there, okay? But that's what it is, okay? But we're getting told a lot of times, white men that love black women or stick up for black women, that we got a savior complex. And the thing of it is we should want to save black women. We should want to protect black women. We should want to love them and uplift them. But if you say it's a savior complex, then Malcolm X, when he started sticking up for black women, I guess he had that savior complex. Maybe we need to get that savior complex so we can protect and provide. No pale pookies. Yeah. Okay. So let me bring that slide down. Okay. All right. Um. All right. Now here's another one. Okay. Now black women should consider opening up their options. Black women outnumber black men by over 2 million. We talked about that. We could talk about incarceration rates. We could talk about how often black men date and marry out, reducing the numbers for a black woman to have a good quality man, a good husband without dating out. Okay. Number two, 30% of black men are married. Some people tell me it's 33% now. But I hear the black women marriage rate's going down. It's like 25%. Okay. Now the numbers are fluid, they fluctuate up and down. But still, 27% is not good. Black women, you need to look at the data. Okay. And if you want to be married and have a traditional family, you might have to open up your options. Just saying. All right. Number three, black adults have the highest divorce rate and lowest rate of marriage. Now, that statement is it's true except for the LGBTQ marriage rate. That's actually the worst. Okay. But heterosexual, the black community has the highest divorce rates and lowest marriage rates. It is what it is. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish we all had high marriage rates in every group, but it is what it is. Okay. According to the Census Bureau data, black wife, white husband marriages have the lowest divorce rates. Okay. The most successful. Why is that? Okay. We would think because of what society tells us that we have the lowest divorce rates, but because of what we hear in society, we tend not to believe that. We tend to think that being in your own race is your best option, not for black women and not for white men. Sorry. Okay. It is what it is. We can hide and ignore the truth, or we could tell the truth. Okay. But black women, consider opening up your options. White men, consider opening up your options. Okay. Black women are that hidden treasure. All right. Okay. All right. Got one more to show you. And ladies, you want a man that's going to invest in you. You want somebody that's going to be there, love you, sacrifice for you, put your needs above his own. Okay. And that person is what I call the investor. Okay. You heard me talk about swirl to investment. Okay. Swirl to investment means taking your interracial dating to marriage, the investor. Okay. Number one is a white man or non black man, could be Asian, Hispanic, who loves black women and takes his interracial dating to marriage. The investor is invest in the black woman. The investor only wants the black woman. Okay. There are two types of investors, ladies and gentlemen. You got the investor at birth. Okay. And I would call myself an investor at birth. I was created to love black women. There's no other way to explain it in my life. And then there's the investor later on in life that dates different women and falls in love with a black woman and decides to invest in the black woman. Both types of investors, if they're true investors, it is a good choice for black women because investor is all in when it comes to the black woman. Okay. He's not a fence riding swirler. He's not looking for a good time. He wants a partner in life. He wants a wife. That's an investor. Okay, number three, a black woman who loves white men or non black men and takes her interracial dating to marriage. A black woman can be an investor too. She's investing in the non black man. Okay. And then people ask me, well, can black men and white women be investors? Sure, they can. They take their interracial dating to marriage. Yes, they can be investors too. Okay. Invest, but I'm talking from the black women, non-black men side. Okay. And our investment is a lot more secure. Our investment is a lot more successful. Okay. And just the numbers don't lie. Okay. Number four, black women, white men have the most successful marriage rates. It's true if you go through the data. Like I said, numbers don't lie. Propaganda is just propaganda, but numbers don't lie. Okay. My hubby is in his 30s and he listens to rockers such as Bryan Adams because he sings about love. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Okay. I'm going to be a little retro on this show today, okay? I'm going to talk about stuff I have in the past. I'm going to show a video I showed in the past, a couple of them, okay? But I want to hit this point, and I want white men to listen to these videos. If you're interested in black women, you need to pay attention, okay? Because there's a perception that black women don't want to date white men, and it's black men only, okay? Now, there are a number of black women that are that way, and that's fine. But there's a lot of black women that are willing to open up their options. There are black women out there that only want to be with white men or non-black men. They're out there. If you're interested, you need to pay attention. Look, when I started dating in the early 80s, I found that out to be true. Like, wow, there's black women actually interested in white men. Wow, they only want to be with. I was like, wow, this is awesome. Because we're told and we believe that black women aren't interested in us. And a lot of times black women believe that about white men or other groups of men, that they believe only black men are interested in them. It's not true. Okay. Don't let one person speak for a whole group. Okay. Get to know it for yourself. You'll be amazed. Okay. So true. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's see. All right, before I show the videos, I'm going to show you some pictures of people that have swirled to investment because there's a myth out there, a perception that white men that date black women and marry black women and get the bottom of the barrel, they only get the ones that black men don't want. Okay. Let me show you some pictures and you make the call. Okay? And these are celebrities, okay? Now let's put this picture up here. Okay, on the left, Loving versus Virginia, married in 1958. Richard Loving passed away in 1975. Married to Mildred Loving, never remarried. Mildred Loving never remarried. She stayed true and loyal to her white husband. Okay. They went through a lot. They had to fight that good fight and deal with a lot of crap and abuse from society. Um, and here you recognize this couple. Okay, this young lady been married to her white husband for over 40 years. And these slides are about a year old. So um, she's a big time actor, celebrity. I'm just saying, it don't look like these women are the bottom of the barrel. This look like good quality women, women of character, successful women. Okay. Now let's show this picture. Okay, you know that on the left. Okay, that's a basketball star that plays for the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, he's been married to his black wife for 11 years. Okay, and this like I said, this is a year old, so longer than that. Okay, very beautiful young lady. Okay, and then on the right you got uh, Ketanji Brown Jackson, the latest Supreme Court justice, been married to her white husband for over 27 years. Okay, these women do not look like the bottom of the barrel. They look like first class women. They're successful. Okay, doing amazing things. Okay, and now this one. Okay, and me and my wife Sandy. That's a picture when we visited Hawaii. That's in Honolulu. It says 29 years, but that was a year ago, so it's 30 now. Okay. And then you got David Bowie and his wife. Okay. They've been married 14 years till he passed away. And his wife, Iman, never remarried. She's still brokenhearted. Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, I'm sorry. I went kind of blank. But yeah, it's Dirk Nowitzki. He's a professional basketball player, plays for the Dallas Mavericks. I think he's retired now, but superstar from Germany. But anyway, but yeah, see the longevity, and these women are high quality. David Bowie married a supermodel. I don't think he's getting the bottom of the barrel. And my wife Sandy's amazing, top of the line. Okay, now let's go to this slide. Okay, and on the left, that's Serena Williams and her husband Alexis. 6 years, they've been married 7 now. Okay, um, still married. And then on the right, Eve, 9 years, 10 years now, and they had a child recently. She married a billionaire. These are not bottom of the barrel women. These are top of the line. They're opening up their options. Okay. And these women in all these photos can be with any man they want to be with. Okay. Just saying. And let's show this picture here. You guys know who this is? This is Donna Summer, the queen of disco. She married a white man, married 32 years until she passed away from lung cancer. Donna Summer is top of the top. So those dusty dumplings that say white men get the bottom of the barrel, they're full of crap. It seems like we're getting the cream of the crop. We're getting the highly educated women, successful women. Okay? And none of these women, have to go to the white man. They could be with black men, any men they want. These are the top of the top. Okay? So stop the cap, stop the garbage, quit saying that. I know it makes you feel good. I get the bottom of the barrel. Okay. But you know what I'm saying, right? And there's other women I can talk about that I don't have a slide for. Okay. Diana Ross, married to a white man. Okay, still is. Diane Carroll, married to a white man. Eartha Kitt, white man. These are extremely successful women. Just saying. People are opening up their options. Okay. The winds are changing. Okay. Black women, a lot of black women are tired. They're not just going to be race loyal and wait around. A lot of black women are going to the men that give them the best option, that are going to love them the most, provide and protect them the most, have more wealth. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay. All right. So there are some people that, and they got longevity in their marriage. Now, the swirling gone wrong jokers will find a interracial marriage that don't work and see, black women, you go with the white men, that's what happens. What about the successful ones that stay married to you their whole life? What about that? Nobody talks about that because they want to push a false narrative. Okay? But hey, we know the truth is what it is. We should be happy about that. We should promote it more. And we should strive to better ourselves. Okay? Because if you want to be with a black woman, the best option, the most beautiful woman inside and out, you have to be on your A game. Okay? And if you are, you do right as a man, she loves you, you're set. You have a blessing that you never knew you could have. Okay? All right. All right, let me show you this video. Okay? And this is fair use. Okay?
There's a new look of love we're seeing more and more these days. From entertainment to red carpets to the Supreme Court.
He's been the best husband, father, and friend I could ever imagine.
Take a look at all of these women. What do they have in common? Black women dating and in many cases marrying white men. 27-year-old Charity Lawson might just be the next high-profile black woman with a white husband. The star of ABC's The Bachelorette is looking for love on season 20 of the dating competition. Only 9 of her 25 suitors are black. She recently sat down with our Kennedy Rue to discuss finding love across the color line.
I will say, like, I probably did have a type, like, obviously when I was a lot younger, and I think that's just, like, what your environment is, like, that's who you're around. But, like, as I've gotten older, as I've gotten to know myself, it's like, I don't like to say that I have a type because I connect with people for who they are, their personalities, what they exude as a person, their characteristics. Like, that's what stands out to me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't determine based off of your race.
Charity is the 4th black bachelorette. 2 of the 3 before her
Will you marry me?
ended up choosing white men. But black women with white men isn't just the stuff of Hollywood. It's a trend that's growing in real life, too. In 1980, 3% of black women were married to white men. Today, that number is 4.
You see the numbers, how they're shifting? You see that, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, 1980, 3%. 2023, 12%. That's 4 times as much since 1980. Okay? So it's increasing. I call it the avalanche effect. Okay? More black women, white men are coming together than ever before. Okay? There's still that barrier with black women and white men. Okay? And we're still shamed in society for opening up our options. Okay? And black women take the most abuse when they open up their options, especially to white men. And it's disgusting and it should stop. You should be able to go wherever you want. Okay? You're a human being, you have that right. But you see how the numbers are changing. Okay? It's increasing. You know, and They found out that biracial children from black and white parents tend to go more with white people when they get in their relationships than black people. It used to be the other way around, but our society didn't let non-black people be with white people. They wanted to keep it segregated, separate. They wanted white people to just be with white people, okay? Because they believed they were superior if they were purely white. Now times have changed, okay? We're becoming more biracial, and before you know it, white and black people will be a very small minority. Most people will be biracial. And to me, that's a good thing. I'm not into segregating by race. That's stupid. We should go for the best quality of person to be with. Okay? All right, let's continue.
4 times that at 12%.
Black women really do love black men.
As a group, black women have been the slowest to dip their toes into the interracial dating pool, one of the most racially loyal when it comes to relationships.
I don't care what nobody say. When a black man loves you,
But now they are diving in.
Okay, well, you see that, right? A lot of black women are still race loyal. Black men are nothing. Okay, and that's their right to do that. I don't have no hate or anger towards them. You know, you love who you love, right? But a lot more black women are opening up their options. Okay, they're giving Brad a shot. Say, you know what? And they're finding love. And you know what? Brad's saying, you know what, Becky? It's been great and wonderful, but I'm going to open up my options. We're finding out, wow, didn't know it could be so good, right? That's what I look at my life and I say, dang, thank God I opened up my options.
I think they have a problem when it comes to black women having interracial relationships.
I would argue that when black women are seen as deviating from the upholding the, I want to have like quotes here, like upholding the black family structure, that is received differently than when black men do it.
Historically, interracial dating in the black community meant black.
Is that Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier? Yeah, they loved the Beckys, didn't they? Okay.
Men dating white women.
Sammy Davis Jr. Okay. It's been a thing. A lot of black men have opened up their options. And during the civil rights era, a lot of black men were fighting to be with white women. And you know what? They should be with white women if that's what they want. Everybody has a right. Look, I support that too. Some people think I hate it and get mad and angry because I see a black man with a white woman. No, I don't. You know, look, people need to open up their options. Okay. It's just that black women, white men, we're having more success than our counterparts, black men, white women. Okay. And I wish they would get on track and be successful like us so we all can be successful. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
Black men twice as likely to have a spouse of another race. So much so that it became a cliche. But more and more black women have been facing a dilemma. They're the most educated group in the country and also the most likely to be unpartnered at a staggering 62%.
Wow. So, okay, you see what's going on? Black women are the least married, the most educated, okay? 62% are alone. What is going on where men are passing up on this opportunity to be with quality women that are highly educated, beautiful, got it together? Black women are very resilient. There are black women that come up from, you know, from poverty into luxury. I know 2 black women that were single mothers and they're making over 6 figures and did it by themselves. So just think if they had a good man that had their back that was successful too. It'd be one heck of a power couple. Just saying. Telling you, a lot of men are missing out. I'm just saying. I mean, and I don't understand why black men aren't wifing up black women like crazy. I don't get it. I don't know, but you choose your way, right?
When it comes to their prospective partners, black men are less likely than sisters to have completed high school or received a college degree. So black women are 53% less likely to marry a man with advanced degrees. And 1 out of every 6 black men between 25 and 54 have disappeared from daily life. Incarceration and early deaths, the main drivers behind their absence, leading many black women to expand their horizons.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
If he owns the bus.
Oh, I remember this. Would you date a bus driver if he owns the bus? Ebony K. Williams is a celebrity. She's a millionaire. Why would she date a bus driver? That to me is freaking stupid. And that's dangerous to tell women to date and marry down. That's where this other lady, well, why not date a bus driver? Why, if you're a million? Why? And how I was raised, I knew I wasn't going to marry a celebrity or a rich woman because I'm not a rich man. I'm not a celebrity. I'm at the economic level I'm at, which is middle class. Okay. That's who I'm going to be with. Look, and that's okay. I never expected and men, we need to be with somebody at our level or below. Women, you need to be at his level or he needs to be above financially. Okay. Women need to be hypergamous and look at finances, not make that the only thing. Okay. Because you'll be miserable. You got to love the guy too. But we're better off when the man leads because he feels like he's a man. He feels good. He does it. The women feel good. They feel like they're appreciated. They feel beautiful. They feel protected. So no, she shouldn't date a bus driver. That's the dumbest thing ever. Okay, she's a celebrity. She should be with a celebrity or someone at her level. But that's in that culture, right? And that's why Kevin Samuels was so popular because he's telling black women to settle for less, date and marry down. And that's acceptable, right? Am I wrong? But are women happy lowering their standards to meet with a man? Or do they want a man to be at their level or higher? I'm just saying that's where that bus driver crap comes in. And not putting a bus driver down. If that's a man's career, it's his career. But he should be with a woman that's middle class like him, not a celebrity. It usually don't work. Because how can a bus driver provide for a woman that's a millionaire? What can he do for her? He's always going to feel inferior, like he's not worthy. Just saying. And then she's going to feel, well, he can't do nothing for me. He can't provide and protect. Anyway, let's continue.
If he owns it.
So if you're then looking for a partner who you see as your equal and you're including education and income level in your determination of who's your quote unquote equal, then it makes logical sense. You might also be in spaces and environments that are predominantly white.
For many black women, it isn't about lack or problems with black men, but about expanding options.
I don't think it's a black man, white man. I think just people overall need to treat people how they want to be treated.
Full of love themselves, they didn't.
Interracial marriage has only been legal for 55 years. A black woman and her white husband breaking that barrier.
I'm gonna build you a house. Right here. Our house.
The 2016 film Loving depicted the story of Mildred and Richard Loving.
Yeah, the movie Loving. That was a good movie, and it's pretty accurate for what took place. That scene here they're showing where the sheriff kicks in the door because they found out they had been married. Now they went to Washington, D.C. to get married because it was legal there. And then they came back home to Virginia where it wasn't legal at that time. Okay, so they did it legally but the state of Virginia at that time did not accept interracial marriages. So they were arrested and charged for, you know, what's that word? I can't even think of it. But they were charged for interracially married, okay? Um, and they were treated very badly. Mr. Loving, struggled finding jobs and stuff, getting work because he was married to a black woman. And we think today, how could this be? How can people be treated so badly because of who they love, right? But that was real, and they stayed married. They weathered the storm. They never gave up on each other, and they never threw in the towel. And they stayed married. And that's what black women and white men, that's what we do. We stay together. We have character. We're strategic. We love each other. We put each other first. And nobody can take that away from us. Nobody can take the fact away from me. I've been married to my wife 30 years, and I did it the right way. Have successful kids, grandkids. I did it the right way. But people hate the fact I chose a black woman. Oh, well, I chose the best option. But anyway, let's continue.
In bed with that woman.
In 1958, the couple was sentenced to a year in prison for marrying each other. They appealed their conviction all the way to the Supreme Court.
You realize this case could alter the Constitution of the United States.
And in June 1967, the court issued a unanimous...
Hey, Winterglow, 13 years. Congratulations to you and your husband, Winterglow. That's awesome. See, longevity, okay? That's what black women and white men do, okay? We're successful with our marriages, okay? That's awesome. Congratulations.
Decision overturning their convictions and making interracial marriage legal. But the history of black women and white men hasn't always been so loving.
I made a choice, Mama. The same choice you made with Master Wales.
I didn't have no choice.
For centuries, an untold number of enslaved black women were raped and abused by their white...
Okay, now this is a part of history that's horrible, should have never happened. And this is thrown in our face in today's world. Some people, and ever since I done YouTube, people been calling me slave master and making it like, white people are like white people back then. And I'm telling you, if you're in a relationship with a black woman, they're going to throw this in your face. They're going to tell you. They're going to call you slave master. They're going to talk about slavery. And, they're going to shame you for that, even though you didn't participate in that evil deed. And even though the whole world participated in slavery, you're going to be blamed. You're going to be thrown in the face because this type of stuff did happen. People were AR'd. Well, if you're a slave, that's the most abused person in the world is a slave. Nobody treated slaves. I don't care what people say. Some people say there were good slave owners and bad slaves. No, they're all bad. Some are more abusive than others. Okay. Some countries were less abusive to their slaves than others, but it's still wrong. It's still crap. Okay. But this is going to be thrown in your face. And, hey, it happened. It was wrong. I wish it never did, but what can you do? Okay. But this is one of them. This, I think a lot of time pushes white men that are weak-minded away. Say, well, I don't want to be known as a slave master, so I'll stay with Becky. Man, they're still going to call you that regardless. But anyway.
Enslavers who viewed them as property.
God give her to me.
Today, these relationships still have their challenges.
Black folks don't really have a good relationship with boats.
That's very true, or water.
Kind of like Jews with trains, right?
Bingo.
Are you trying to compare the Holocaust to slavery?
Dr. Vanessa Gonlin is an assistant professor at...
Okay, there's going to be discussions like that where, talking about the past slavery and, it just is what it is. When you're in that relationship, you're going to have to deal with it. Okay? I know it's uncomfortable, but hey, it happened. It's the truth. You can't hide the truth. But it is not your fault that that happened. You didn't participate. And that's how you got to look at it. You love black women, fight the good fight for black women, stick up for black women, love black women, love and respect them, do the right thing. Okay? And it'll all work out. Okay, let's continue.
The University of Georgia, who did a study on black women who date white men and the challenges they face.
It's a very uncomfortable conversation.
You ever figure out what happened with the potatoes and the ETA on this?
Most of the judgment comes from black men and white women.
Yeah, she's right. Most of the judgment comes from black men and white women, yes. Unfortunately, that's true.
So one of my interviewees said she was literally walking down the street with her white male partner, and a black man called at her "come back home" system. And it stood out to me because, first of all, it's an example of a black man saying, like, I'm not happy with this dynamic, but it's deeper than that because he's saying "come back home" as if she's lost her way, as if she's disconnected from her community, as if like she is further distanced from black.
Well, maybe her home is with that white man. Maybe his home is with the black woman. When they say come back home, come back to segregation. That's the way I'd put it. If a black man tells a black woman that's with a white man, come back home, he's saying come back to segregation, kick the white guy to the curb, just deal with black men. I would never tell a white woman with a black man to come back home. No, that's her business. That's her choice. She can do what she wants. I respect that. That's the way we need to be. Whoever they choose is up to them. I don't know why people get it in their mind because, oh, they're going with a different race and not staying with someone that looks like them. That's just some racist crap anyway.
And then when it was white women who showed discontent, usually it would be white women who were the mothers or the ex-wives or ex-girlfriends of the white male partner. So someone much closer to the relationship, which then meant that they had a different amount of power. So for example, there's one black woman whose white male partner had a white ex-wife, and she said, "You cannot see our kids anymore if you continue dating that N-word."
Whoa. Whoa. Wow. So a white woman told the white man she used to be married to, because he's with a black woman, that he can't say his kids because he's with a black woman. And that's pretty extreme. But I can see where there's jealousy, but wow.
Despite the challenges, for an increasing number of black women, following their heart is still the best option.
I mean, obviously it's 2023, so
right.
We have just, I can't even say like get over it, but it's like that's really what it is. It's like get over it. This is where we are at. And all I can wish and pray is that like hopefully at some point in their lives, like their eyes are open to what really is love.
What's your advice to other black women about exploring their options?
Yeah, my advice is just truly stay open. I think the most important point is truly just knowing yourself, knowing what you want. Love, at the end of the day, love is love.
Okay, very good video from Black Revolt News. Okay, that was an awesome video. But this is happening. Things are changing. Okay, and when that woman said get over it, yeah, get over it. People go where you want, where you're loved and respected. Okay, we should all have the right to do that. Okay, it's a human right to be with whoever you want to be with if they accept you. You know what I'm saying? People should not be shamed on who they date. And if you're a man shaming a woman that's in your racial group, something's wrong with you. Okay? And unless that's the girl you're dating and she runs off, I get it. You'd be mad about that because that ain't right. But if you don't know her, come on now. This anyway. Okay. I got 3 TikToks I want to show you guys. Well, yeah, 3 TikToks and another video. Okay. And I'm going to show you 2 interviews from black women. 2 beautiful black women talk about dating white men. Okay. One I showed you guys before in the past, the other one is new. But I want you to listen to this. And black women, I want to know, do you think this way? Or is it just these women, how they think? And I want non-black men to see this, that there are black women that see. I know we see the amazing thing black women do, but there's black women that see the good qualities of white men or non-black men, and they appreciate that. Okay? Not everybody's going, bite you for trying to be with them. Just say. Okay, let's show this video real quick.
Had that issue with
Okay. White men treat me better. Let's hear what she has to say.
I haven't had that issue with Caucasian men. Sex was never brought up. They just wanted to just love on me. And I mean, to the point where like, I dated this one guy and he would pick my food up from the table and carry it to my car. He would hold the door for me. When I got in the car, he would close the door. He would get on his side, like.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Because I think.
Okay, that's kind of cut short. But what she's saying is her experience with white men, it wasn't about sex. They just wanted to love on her. They wanted to do nice things for her. Now, were the white men, did they have that sexual desire? Sure, we're human, right? But they just loved being with the young lady and they wanted to show her love. And maybe these guys were traditional guys and they understood that you got to fall in love before you get to the physical part. Maybe they understood that. And maybe they wanted to just do nice things for her. Open the door for her. Bring her food. Just be nice. Believe it or not, women today appreciate that, guys. They love it when you do nice things for them. Show them a little love. And when you do that, she appreciates that. She'll feel beautiful. And you're honoring her by doing that. By not trying to go to bed with her, you're showing her that you have respect for her. And look at the expression. She's like, wow, this is great. They don't want nothing from me but just to be there with me. And I tell you, when I was dating my wife, I was okay with her just being with me, just so I could show her love and do nice things for her, and that meant a lot to me and it meant a lot to my wife. So that, and there's black women that appreciate that. That's a nice video. Okay. Now here's another one. Okay. And you might have to listen closely, guys, because the volume, I don't know what's going on with this video. Sometimes videos, getting the most volume, you might have to listen real close. But this is a young black lady talking about white men. Okay.
Caucasian.
Okay, let me get this in the middle. Okay, but listen real closely. I'm going to play it all the way through.
Prefer Caucasian men or black men or both?
It would be Caucasian men.
And black men?
No, not really.
Define not really.
It's probably just the area of which I date with black men. It's just never worked out.
And
never.
So only worked out with Caucasian men?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Only, yeah.
Please explain. What's the difference between dating a Caucasian young fellow to an African prince and king? I'm being biased here because I'm black, so
I see that. You're being real biased. I can say that the whole initial difference is that when white men actually want to care and want to do something for you, they go out and do it without question.
Mm-hmm.
Black men just don't have that. Black men just, with certain black men, you have to beg for attention, and I don't feel like I should have to beg for anything. You should automatically know. You should know how to treat your woman.
Mm-hmm.
But not, with my experience with black men, no. They don't know how to treat you. They talk so crazy to you, like they want you to take care of them, and I'm not your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Well, white men, they want to take care of me, hand and foot.
Hand and foot.
Hand and foot.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. So how long you been into dipping into vanilla?
Well, years, I guess. After trying to date, I mean, I dated both, so I had to see both sides.
So is it safe to say that a black guy broke your heart, so that's the reason why you like white men?
More like they didn't necessarily break my heart. They just never met the standards.
Got you.
Never met them.
Got you. Is your father black?
Yeah.
Okay, is your mom black?
Yeah.
You love them?
Yeah.
Do you encourage them to be in a happily black marriage? And how do they feel about you only dating Caucasian men?
They're not too mad because they separated, and my mom's married to a white man.
Okay, well, on that note, thanks for having you.
Welcome.
Wow. Okay. Did you hear what she said? Now, is this true, black women? When white men set out to do something, they do it. She feels more secure with white men. And I don't know, is that true? And then she said her mom's married to a white man. So, but there are black women that believe this, feel like they're treated better with white men than within their own race. You know? And there are black women that only date white men or non-black men. Just like there's white men that only date black women, only want to be with black women. That's what I call an investor. That's the way I always been. And you know, and a lot of it's black women's character. You know, the love they have, the beauty inside. Black women, their loyalty it can't be matched. So I would never want to be with anybody but the black woman. And it makes sense. I'm married to a black woman, right? But my life reflects on what I say. My long-term marriage with my wife, Sandy, still going strong. And people say, well, how can he be successful in his marriage? And he went with a black woman, and I've heard people say this about me. Friends I had back in the day, how could he be successful? He got a black woman. We thought he was crazy, but he lasted, and we didn't. It's because I chose right. I chose the best option. I chose a woman of character. I chose a woman that has a lot of heart, a lot of love, very spiritual. That's what black women are. And it just blows my mind that other men don't see this and don't open up their eyes. They see some stereotypical back in the hood type TV show and think black women are like that, and they're not. I mean, anyway. But that was a nice video. And I'm surprised he didn't go in on her, because a lot of black men would tear into her like a hot knife through butter, and like, how could you be with the enemy, the enslaver, the colonizer, the fetishizer, all these isers, you know? And I'm just like, but anyway. Okay, got two more, and then I'm going to drop the link if you guys want to come up, and then if not, I'll close it. But let me show this here.
All of my favorite TikTokers are dating are married to white men. I'm shocked right now because another one of TikTokers that I follow a couple weeks ago, love her, and she's been talking about going on these dates, blah, 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 and then she finally kind of posted his arm, a white arm, and all our favorite TikTokers are also black women, and I just I don't know. There's a new wave. There's a new wave.
And there's a new wave. New wave. All our favorite TikTokers are with white men, married to white men. How about the winds of change? The winds are shifting. We're going in a different direction. Huh? Things are happening. This is a good thing. Swirl to investment should be happening all over the world. As I tell you, black women are amazing. I mean, I met black women from different parts of the United States, different parts of the world, and there's something about black women. There's an essence about them, a sweetness about black women. There's a certain love they have, whether they're from, the West Coast, East Coast, down south, up north, in between, or whether they're from America, Canada, the Caribbean, Africa, the UK. Something about black women, and it's amazing. It's just amazing that more men haven't realized this beautiful treasure that is the black woman. And black women are amazing. And I love talking to black women. I do. They're beautiful, whether they're 20 or 80. Something about black women. There's something spiritual about them. There's a sweetness about them. There's no other woman that's more beautiful. There's no other woman that I love more or respect more than the black woman. So that would make sense why I always have wanted to be around black women. Because a black woman's love is a love that comes from heaven above. Black woman is beautiful from how she looks, how she carries herself, from her character, from her loyalty and her sweetness. I'm telling you, why would you even want to be with another woman? And I say that with love. I know people will get mad at me saying it like that, but it's the truth. Black women are the best option. They are that treasure. And we shouldn't get black women to ride and die for us. We should get black women to fly first class because they are first class. But things are happening. You could call it a trend. You could call it a new day. You could call it winds of change, an avalanche. It's something that's happening and something that needs to happen. We should not feel ashamed of it. We shouldn't try to hide it. We should tell the world. It's no secret I love black women. Why should it be a secret? And the reason, and when people say, well, why does he love black women? They should ask why. And I'll tell you. It's their love, it's their character, it's their spirituality, it's their loyalty. I mean, it's obvious why they're the best. But anyway, let me show this video and I'm going to talk about this because this is important. Okay.
Don't cancel me, but
Okay. This video here, this woman is sharing this video. The woman on the right did a video how she is going date outside her race. This young lady got a lot of people attacked her, harassed her because of what she said. And let's listen to this real quick.
y'all gonna cancel me, but Today marks the day that I will be dating outside of my race.
What she said, I am going to date outside my race. What black men heard, fuck black men, I'm never dating black men again, black men are the devil. What she meant, I am not limiting myself to black men. I want to see other options. I want to see what else is out here.
Okay, you hear that? Now I want to stop it here. Okay, she said, okay, this is way back. This is like almost 2 years ago, I think. But she said, at this point, she's going to date outside her race. She did not say she wasn't going to date black men. She said she's going to open up her options, right? And she still got hate. People harassed her. And I think they harassed their mother and her family, and people just lost their mind because she said she's going to date outside her race. And here's my thing. She should have the right to do that. And even if she said black men are she didn't care for black men or called them names and said this and that, she has the right to do that. Just like Becky can trash white men if she wants to. But we shouldn't attack people because of their preference. And she didn't even say she had a preference, but she's still attacked. I mean, is it that serious? I mean, I see people getting upset because of interracial relationships of people they don't even know, don't have access to, but lose their freaking mind because she didn't bow down and worship black men. Like, really? Men shouldn't be worshipped anyway. Women should never do that. Okay, if he's a good man, you give him credit. You love him. But there should be no worship in that. And what he was saying is like, she didn't say she was just dating white men, but she has every right to say that if she wanted to. Why are people being harassed for their beliefs or who they want to be with? That stuff's got to change. We have no room for that in our society. We need to make this world a better place, not worse.
I am not going to wait on my own race to love me. I'm going to go where the love is and see what else I can find out here. I will still date black men, just not black men exclusively. What y'all did, find this woman's job, this woman's family, and threaten her life and her family's life. What y'all need to do, calm the fuck down and move on. It was never that serious. And while you're at it, apologize to that woman and leave her alone.
Right. Apologize to her and leave her alone. That's right. Even if she said a certain group of men are garbage, that's her right. I mean, is it that serious? There are people that will love you. There are people that will hate you. There are people before you and against you. But to attack somebody because they want to open up their options, like, really? These dudes must be super insecure to go in that, to go at her that hard. I'm just like, serious. Yeah. Be careful, ladies, especially on social media. Okay? There are people out there that they'll try to hurt you. They'll try to shame you. They'll harass you because they don't like what you think or who you're dating or who you find, who your preference is. But how do we get into that position? The one thing I love about YouTube is you can create a channel and talk about your beliefs, your experience, and you could connect with people that think like you, that have similar experiences, and you could connect, right? You can have panels, you can talk about things, and it's a beautiful thing, right? And there are different groups in different areas, and they do their thing, right? There's people that date interracially, and they have their channel. There's pro-black uh, channels out there, and they talk about pro-black things. And then there's political channels. They talk about politics, right or left, and there are channels that talk about marriage and being good men or good women. And then there are channels that talk about gaming, that talk about different things. And we can't sit down and just respect other people's beliefs and just say, you know what? Okay, you think I'm messed up, do your thing, I'll do mine, whatever. We can't do that. We got to sit there and harass people, go in on them, and just, you know what? And just like they did to that young lady. Why? Because she's opening up her. So what? Many people open up their options. Some people date only with their own race. So what? Some open up their options, and that's it. But we lost our mind on YouTube, where we're like, oh, you don't believe like I do, I'm going to just harass you. And I've seen that ever since I started. My first video, I spoke about how much I love my wife and black women are amazing. And boy, I got the hate. It's like, what? I couldn't believe it. I didn't say nothing negative about nobody. I just spoke about love for black women and my wife. They came for me like no tomorrow. You would have thought I cursed their mom out. They were so mad. Like, what? I'm telling you, people, they're insecure. They see a change coming. They don't like it. Some people like that segregated mindset, that segregated way of life. Some people like black women that just race loyal and nothing else and just take whatever comes their way. I mean, but there are people that believe like you do. And I don't understand why. Black women mostly date and marry black men. Okay. So why would there be black men mad at me showing love and respect to black women? Unless they're jealous, I don't show them love and respect. But I don't do that for any man. I don't uplift men. It's just dumb. Men are men. You give them advice and you hold them accountable. That's what needs to be done more often. Once you start coddling men, they're no good. I'm just saying. Don't curse their moms out. No, I'm not. I wouldn't do that. But anyway, but the winds are changing. There are things happening, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay? But when we open up our options and we stand for who we love, we're going to get attacked. Okay? It shouldn't happen, but that's what's going to happen. The world's an evil place. And a lot of people don't want to see other people happy. There's a lot of people that don't want to see black women happy. And they don't want to see black women and white men happy together. They hate it. But what can you do except live your life the best you can and love that person you're with? Because at the end, we'll win. Love always conquers evil. Always does. Always will. And our nation does need to come together. And I think black women, white men is a start. And I think we're being blessed because we're doing it the right way. Not all, but heck, most of us. But that was sad. That young lady, she made that video and she was pro-black. She was like, but, she was not treated right. So she's like, I'm opening up my options. And oh my God, they let her have it. Felt sorry for her. Why? Because she said she's going to date outside her race. Okay, and millions of people do it around the world. What's the big deal? But that's the world we live in. But anyway, let me drop the link real quick. And guys, live your life. And if you're in an interracial relationship or marriage, just know how we get through the hard times, how we get through society, get through the hatred, and stand up for what's right. The best way to do that is cling to each other, embrace each other. When me and my wife, when we were dating, when we got married, and there were haters, okay? There were people that did not like our relationship. There were some things we went through because, she's black and I'm white. There's some evil stuff that was done. And some things were hurtful, but you know what? How we got through that is we just loved each other. We embraced each other. The more hate we get, the more we love each other. The stronger we get. That's the power couple. And just like the Lovings, sheriff kicks in their door, tries to destroy their Swirl to investment, tries to take away their love, tries to pull them apart. But no, they did not give in. They did not throw in the towel. They fought the good fight. Mr. Loving was denied jobs, but he still kept fighting. He still found work. He still took care of his family, even though he had to fight twice as hard as any other person. Even though he was attacked for having a black wife, said, no, we're going to win this fight. We're going to win this day. We are not backing down. And I tell you, I'm not backing down. Swirl to investment forever. You can hate it if you want to, but you can't stop it. It's God's will that it happens. And it's happening. And I'm telling you, all these segregated, race loyal people that only want to be separated, that world is gone. I'm telling you, that white nationalist separation crap, that's dead. That's going away. Those Hotep heroes out there, they're going bye-bye. I'm telling you, in the future, we're not going to see a lot of white and black people. We're going to see biracial people. And if you don't like it, tough. Just the way it is. Hey, Corey, what's going on?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. Hey, I tried to go live yesterday. Oh my God, my modem. Like, it was a nightmare. I spent most of my time last night getting a modem, had to take it back because they didn't accept it. Oh my God, it was.
Wow.
Yeah. And everybody in the house was frustrated because we didn't have TV. All our computer, it would go on and off. It was weird. Yeah.
That's
So
actually kind of funny. What would the world do without electronic entertainment?
Oh my God, I was panicking. I told my wife, oh my God, I got a show and I'm so excited to do it. And oh my God, I want to talk about, but I can't get online. And she's like, okay, it'll be okay. Just calm down. We'll fix it. I'm like, you know how us guys get. So
oh yeah, we get fixated on one thing, and that's all that matters.
yeah, it was like, oh my God. It was like, not today, not on Saturday. But I fixed it, and then I was able to come on today. So
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And I've been frustrated about my internet service out here anyway. Oh my God. But I can only do with what I got, so
right.
But
right.
Anyway, we're on today, so that's good. feel much better. I was like, oh my God. And what was bad is people were waiting for me, and I was trying to, that was the bad part. Maybe I shouldn't have advertised it. Then if it didn't happen, nobody knew about it. But
Oh
yeah,
well, it is what it is.
yeah. But yeah, I just want to talk about the winds are changing. Look, black women, white men, from 3% to 12% from 1980 to 2023. That's quadrupled. That's 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that tells you something. And then the marriage rates are the best between black women and white men than any other group. And and you think about it, why is that? And I think it's just that we're strategic like that. And when white men choose to be with black women, it's like they make it happen. And we're more
Mm-hmm.
strategic in it. And hey there, Chris, what's going on? Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
hey, Brent.
Hey, it's been a while. How you doing?
Trying to hang in there, Brent.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it's good to have you. I didn't think anybody was going to come up. I was getting ready to close it, and then you and Corey came up, so that's good. So,
Well, I was out bowling with my oldest boy.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
oh
so I had to get back, and I just made it before your show got over.
oh okay, yeah, yeah. I was trying to do it yesterday, but things happen, and here I am today. But um, I just something's happening, and I seen it back in '85 when I first opened up my options. And I know people think it's weird, man. '85, you were dating? Well, yeah, I am that old, but I mean, I got grandkids now. Shows you how old. Heck, my kids are getting married. I mean, it just
Exactly. No
wow,
kidding.
yeah. But
Yeah, I think it was like 82 when I had that terrible crush on that. No, it might have been no, it was before that on that black girl.
well, I tell you, I think it was 1974. I gave my heart to the black woman from my babysitter back in the day.
Babysitter. Yep.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's weird. I talk about the 70s and 80s, and people are like, dang.
Well, yeah, I mean, you figure when you can talk about the 70s as your childhood, people look at you like, whoa. It's like what?
Right.
Childhood
Yeah.
is childhood, period.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it just but hey, things are changing and we need to embrace it. And if you want to date out, you can. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, so what do you
Hey,
think, Chris? Hey, buddy, what's going on?
yeah. Can I talk about two of the videos? The one video about all the black women sitting together at the table, whatnot.
Yeah.
I think I mean, like, I think that they was right about how like black men, I mean, black women and white men need to get together more, but it's a taboo thing. It's not really accepted still, and and like I said, for me, like I said in the chat, like my stepmom, that passed away almost 9 years ago, was black, and ever since ever since my ever since my ever since she passed away, I haven't been the same, and that's why I want to get better, and I mean, that's why I've been like trying to write music and trying to get myself together, have a better mindset, so I can, find that right woman.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, like some black women think that if you're into rap music or other types of music, that you're automatically a fetishizer. Like, I still don't understand that. Like, because
Well,
go ahead.
I would say this. Well, it's not just that. If you're a white man with a black woman, a lot of times you're given that title. It's a talking point people use. It's
It's gaslighting.
yeah. It just what it is it's a way of shaming you for being with a black woman, and it's a way of, I think, putting fear in the black women that if he's a white guy, he's just lusting after you. He's just a fetishizer. He just wants to. I mean, I've
Well,
been
you know
told
what's
that forever. I mean, I mean, you're going to call me a fetishizer, slave owner, all this horrible stuff, but my life reflects a different story.
yeah.
I've been married to a black woman for over 30 years. I did the right thing. I don't have multiple babies with different women. I only have children with one woman. That's my wife. So,
Well, Brett, you
but
know what's
that's
funny?
going to be, yeah. Go ahead.
What's so funny is a shaming mantra is actually a feminine movement because
Right.
women use shaming on men, and for any man to do that kind of a tactic on another man is very, very much beta. It just
It is.
it's very immature. It's feminine as all get out. Any man that will do that to another man. I
Mhm.
mean, you don't even have your man card. It doesn't exist. You've never seen it. I don't care what your age is. You've never seen your man card.
Yeah.
Telling another man, oh, you're a fetishizer because you like a certain type of woman, and yet they talk about Asian. That I hear all these men, regardless of their background, whether they're black, white, or whatever, and they talk about different kinds of women. So are they fetishizing too?
Right. Look,
But you don't hear guys that like black women walking around accusing people of fetishizing because we understand it's a preference.
Right, right. Yeah, I would just say, Chris, I wouldn't worry about that. If black men are accusing you of being a fetishizer, I mean, look at what's going on, within the industry, right? You see these women getting BBLs and altering their body, and who's doing that? Who's promoting that? Um, so
Well, I mean, the friends I have, I
mhm,
mean, the friends I have, they're both black and white. Yeah, they
yeah,
never told me that I was, but like
yeah,
all on YouTube and Facebook, all of this fetishizer stuff. I'm like, what is this?
yeah. It's just gaslighting. It's just a way of saying black women don't go with white men. They're fetishizers. They're only going to lust after you. They don't really like you. It just it's propaganda. It just and it comes from a lot of people that are insecure that don't want to see black women go somewhere else. That want to believe that black women are just going to be with black men and black men can go anywhere, but black women need to stay put. There's a lot of people that want that, and they're seeing that being chipped away. They're seeing black women say, you know what? I'm gonna go to that white guy, or that Asian guy, or that you know who's treating her better. And a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are angry because that's happening. And really, what they should be doing is just bettering themselves and being the best option. As men, we need to show women that we're worthy, that we're that better option. Okay. And we should be competitive. And it don't have to be mean. We just, by working hard, by treating women right, by doing things the right way, you're showing your value. Now, whether the woman accepts you or not, that's her choice. But in our society, we're starting to get to where we're not putting women first like we used to. We're getting to where we want women to uplift us, and that's not good. Um, us as men, we should be uplifting the women, not not blaming them. Now there are some women that need to be blamed, but uh, mostly uh, the downhill slope in society has been created mainly by men, and it's because men that don't want to take accountability and fix themselves. Okay, um, but that's. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, and the TikTok, that lady, the shit. I mean, like, I agree with the what that guy said, that we shouldn't. I mean, that people shouldn't, automatically be harassing and all that stuff
Right.
because they're dating outside the. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
me, I wouldn't harass somebody else who's dating a white woman. You know what I mean? It makes no sense.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's like if a white woman says she's into black men. Okay, that's her choice. And,
Mhm.
and we should leave her alone. That's her right to do that. And she could trash white men, and we should still leave her alone because that's her choice. But what good does it do to harass her and say, yeah, and harass her and her family? And the thing about that is you can make a video, say, hey, I disagree with her, she's full of crap. But to go in on her family, you know what I mean, and just harass her and threaten her. I mean, she was threatened. They threatened her. From what I've seen, they threatened her parents, her life, for even saying that. And all she said is she's opening up her option. She's just saying she's not dating black men exclusively. She didn't shut the door, but she was still
Well,
getting hated for it. And
Brett,
we,
there you go
yeah,
again. I mean, you got a bunch of men walking around
right,
being led by their emotions, acting all feminine, out of control, because men think in logic. If a man gets emotional, you just need to leave him alone.
right. That's
I mean,
true.
because he's a dysfunctional man, is what he is at that point. I mean, let him come back to reality. But anytime you get men shaming anybody for any preference, just leave that
Right,
crowd alone because there's not a group of men, there's a group of boys.
right. And instead of attacking that young lady, go to a channel where there's black women that love black men and be with them and be happy. I mean, go where you're loved and celebrated, right? Hey, that's yeah, that was unnecessary what they did to that young lady.
Well,
But
anytime any man criticizes a woman or a man for their preference, first of all, he is not in his masculinity at all.
right, and why would you
It's,
care? You don't
it's
even
very, very much a beta male energy, big time.
yeah, it's very weak. It
As
just
dusty as hell. I'm just gonna say it. It's extremely dusty.
yeah,
Your
but
life is so boring. You attack other people for their preference. You must have the most boring, mundane life I've ever seen.
right,
Oh, nothing else fills your time but criticizing other people about their choices that you are not involved in.
right.
What? What? Really?
Yeah, but that video came out, I think it was about 2 years ago, and she made that video and she got a lot of hate. And what those two people in that TikTok were doing is saying, hey, that guy was saying, you know, she just said she's opening the option, but you had to go in and attack her family. You had to do all this unnecessary stuff for what? And what you think that's going to change her mind? And no, I mean, that's a good way to get thrown in jail by harassing people. I mean, that's all it's going to accomplish, you know.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
unfortunately, there's a lot of people on social media that do that stuff. And it's, like I said, I made my first video talking about black women and my wife, and I got so much hate, and I was like, wow. I like it was weird. But
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. As a matter of fact, it's the same thing because when my stepmom was still living, my like a lot of people. I mean, like some people didn't like my stepmom and my dad together.
Hmm.
I mean, like some of her parents, like they tolerated it, but they really did. They didn't. You know, they really didn't accept it. You know, and like I said, like my dad and my stepmom was married for 15 years before she passed away. You know, and I'm still trying to get over that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, I seen her as my mom because my mom wasn't there for me. And to be honest with you, like I don't even have a relationship with my mom for real because like her mind is not all together.
Mm.
So
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause like one day when I went to go see her at the nursing home, she like she called me she called me mom, even though I'm not a woman. You know, so
Wow.
that yeah, so that meant that she wasn't in her mind, and I'm like, well, because now I feel like should I still have a relationship still with her, even though her mind is all that together, because she can't really have a deep relationship with me and a deep conversation, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm afraid if I try to tell her how I really felt about like why did you abandon me? Why did you put me in foster care? Why did you did you know assisted living, all this and that? You know what I mean? Like why did you know what I mean? Like it hurts me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean like yeah, I mean like that's why for a while I didn't come on here for a while because I felt like if I did, you know, then you know I was gonna get you know I was gonna get, you know, judged. You know what I'm saying? That's why like I thought about didn't cam him up, but I felt like, well, I'm gonna be a man and I'm gonna cam up, you know, and I'm gonna you know, speak my mind, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come up anytime. It's good
Yeah.
conversation. The marriage.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Now
sorry about your mom. She's
Hey,
kind of lost in her memories.
yeah, I want to say that hi, Forest Bear. Welcome. It's been a little bit. Welcome to the show, Forest Bear. Um, yeah, well, there's always going to be people that judge. People just do it. I mean, you could walk in a room and they don't even have to know you, but they have their thoughts about you before they even talk to you. And it might be just how you look, how you dress, uh, maybe how you talk, your accent. I mean, it can be. People are weird like that. They just,
Well, everybody judges, but the
yeah,
difference in the judgment is one is condescending and the other one is constructive criticism. There is a difference because the condescending remarks is just somebody that just likes to leave footprints on other people.
Now I have a question, Brent. Can you actually like rap music and listen to the clean versions and not and like people not call you a fetishizer, or is
yeah.
that still a possibility?
Well, you can like rap music and listen to it. That don't make you a fetishizer. Um, a fetishizer is someone that, well, the definition is somebody that gets sexual gratification by a body part or um like you've heard people foot fetish, they get sexually
Right.
aroused by that, or yeah, they're talking about a sexual fetish, like you're just lusting after black women. That's what the fetish is. um you know but listening to rap music, I don't know how that makes you a fetishizer.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
I mean,
understand that.
because
Now,
I mean, because I know Eminem. I mean, like, yeah, like sometimes, like in his pictures, he was wearing do rags and all that stuff, but he don't do that no more. And same thing with me. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I used to do that. Like when I was in my early 20s and stuff like that, and wear do rags. But then I thought, man, yeah, that's stupid. I'm not wearing that no more. You know what I'm saying? And then I grew out of that, and yeah, I still may wear. I'm gonna wear a snapback, and I still may wear like, you know what I'm saying, certain clothes and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, I don't, you know. And like, when it comes to women, you know what I'm saying, I like vibe, like personality, if they're kind, if they're understanding, stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, just be you. I mean, the do rag thing, I never understood that. I guess they thought it like a fashion thing because
Yeah, so first I thought that was cool at first, but then I was like, I don't think so.
yeah, yeah, well that's how people look at it. Like, but actually it's for their hair and it don't do nothing for white men's hair. Or you know, I just it's like and I see white women running around with bonnets on. Like, okay, what are you doing? You know,
Well, the
but
last
they
time
can
do-rags were in fashion for men, it was back in the pirate days.
but yeah, but
That.
I don't know. I mean, you could wear a do rag if you want. That's
Yeah,
you
but
know,
it's not.
but
Do rag,
I wouldn't do it because it don't do nothing for my hair. Number one, number two, it makes me look silly because people think I'm trying to appropriate a stereotypical hip hop black culture thing, and I'm not. I mean, but I mean, if you want to, I mean, that's your right to. But
now,
yeah, I mean, rap music. Look, I mean, the thing. Look, when it comes to music, I love R&B. Right, I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
The hip hop culture, I don't like because I think it's toxic. I think it just promotes gang type, stereotypical, you know, hood life, and I just
It
nothing
promotes
against
immoral
people that
behavior.
live in the hood, but what I'm saying is it promotes negativity and
Yeah, it
you know,
promotes
and it
immoral
degrades
behavior.
women. Now rap does sound, there's some songs that sound great, and you know, I grew up listening to it and it's wonderful, but then you look at it what it's saying and I'm just like you know what I mean. It's not that it don't sound good and all that, it just the message is pushing forward, and in society the way we are, our out of birth uh wedlock rate, it's just not helping. But I mean, whatever you listen to is up to you. I'm not going to tell you not to, or just if you do, just be reason with it. Um,
yeah, I do.
you know,
Yeah,
you're
'cause I listen
saying
to
you listen to the clean stuff, right?
well, not all of it. Well, some of the stuff I do, and then like I listen to listen to this one artist, Tom McDonald. He's like a conscious rapper. Like he talks about like what was going on in the industry and stuff like that, the politics and that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really into politics. But anyway, but yeah, I mean,
yeah,
but
that's
anyway, I like R&B too. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Alicia Keys, John B, Robin Thicke, Mario. Well, some some of Chris Brown stuff and Tank, the artists like that, and then I like heavy metal music. I like reggae music. You know, so
yeah.
those
So
are
you
those
like all
like rap.
kinds of different. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like all kinds of music too. I can listen to R&B if I'm in the mood, or I can listen to country music. I mean, I can go. It just, you know, I like good music, and there's music everywhere. And you know, with that rap thing, it just when it came out first, it was more like a fun thing. People were rhyming and doing their thing, and then the gangster element came in. I guess it's just they were trying to explain their life situation, and I don't know, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whatever you're into, don't get you know, if they call you a fetish, that's just a thing that people do. Um, and a lot of people don't even know what a fetishization is. They just it's a talking point. Oh, he's white. He's a fetishizer. Oh, you're white, slave owner, colonizer.
Yeah.
Like
Tell
I
me that's not
never. The
prejudiced
only
and
thing,
racist.
right? And it's like, okay, well, your people did this. Well, how do you know? what my people did. Do you know where my people came from? I mean, some of my family came over in the 1900s. I mean, from Ireland and stuff. You don't even know, but people make that judgment, and that's fine. I mean, they're
Mhm.
going to do it. The thing of it is just okay. If you're not guilty of it, in one ear and out the other, because you know it just shame you and to stop you for what you're doing. It
Mhm.
just yeah. So I mean, hey, but I mean that just I guess I don't know. That's just how people are. So I just do my thing, and they say what they want, whatever. Okay, you know, but
Yeah, the funny thing is when people try to shame or gaslight me, because
Mm.
you get the guys come around. I tell them I only date black women. They do one thing, and then when the white women hear it, they just kind of get quiet. 'Cause
yeah,
there ain't nowhere to go with it. The guys, they try to like, well, they try to like gently gaslight me, or slightly intimidate, but it doesn't work because I don't fall for that. But most of
yeah,
the time, I end up laughing at them because they put effort into it. It's like y'all don't understand. I don't care about your opinion. It's not your choice. It's mine.
right.
It's just funny. When somebody else says they like a certain type of person, I
Hmm.
don't beat them over the head with their choice because they have a free will to choose what they want.
That's right. Yeah.
Who am I to tell them no?
Well, it's like you know what's crazy? It's you have people that, and this has happened through my life. It's funny. It's like there's guys, and being in the military, right? There's all kinds of interracial marriages, right?
Mhm.
Um, and I spent 20 years in the army, and I remember when I first went in, and I went to my first duty station. My wife is finishing her college, so I went out there, got settled, and then came back for her later. And and it's weird that when I showed up with my wife, um, I could have showed up with a white woman, nobody would have cared. Asian, nobody cared. Hispanic, no, I wouldn't. But since she was a black woman, it's like it caught everybody's attention. Whoa, hey, your wife's black? Why didn't you tell me? One guy told me that. It was a black guy, right? He says, "Your wife's black?
Wow.
Why didn't you tell me that?" I said, "Your wife's black?" She says, "Yeah." Okay, why didn't you tell me that? He looked at me weird. Well, why would I tell you that? Exactly. So why do I need to tell you? And it was just, but it wasn't that serious. Just people were like, "Oh wow," you
The
know.
irony.
But within my unit, there were other white guys married to black women, and I was like, "Wow, this is." I'm seeing
Mhm.
more of this within the military than I am in, in the real world, right? And I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And really, nobody cared. You know what I mean? It just people did their thing. I guess the military, in a way, is like I don't know. They've just been ahead of society. Even combining troops back in the day and stuff. It works where
Mhm.
society has problems. But I just remember that. But you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lately, lately I've been watching relationship coaches, like different ones about
Mhm.
like how to approach women, like what women, what turns them on, what turns them off, like how to keep a woman's attraction. Because I didn't even know that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I thought like you could just approach a woman, say, hey, how you doing, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that there's a deep thing that goes into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Deanna Jackson. She says she recently created a profile and dating site and had more white men who matched with me than black men. I was shocked because I didn't select a preference. The avalanche effect is here for real. It is. Well, you know what? Look, I will say this. I've had more in common with black women than any other group of women. And just and maybe it's the black women I was around, maybe, but it just seems like it connects better. Um, it just like it just fits. It's like it's meant to be, even though society looks at it like it's not. I just always felt more comfortable with black women. We always, I always kind of thought, I don't know, we're kind of in the like same thought process. And a lot of black women are traditional, and being raised traditionally, maybe that's what it is. Because a lot of times black women, white men relationships work. It just there's a connection. It's like, and it's like, well, we're the leaders of our communities, right? And how many years, Corey, or centuries have we been lifting up Becky? And just you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
in our
okay.
culture, but black women are doing the same thing with black men.
Yeah, I think we lifted them up so much it ruined them.
Right? Turned them in Becky's the Karens, some of them. But
well, because nobody's
but
perfect. I mean, anybody that walks
right.
around with the attitude that you're perfect is a complete waste of time to be around.
Yeah, that's right. But
Ain't nobody walking around perfect.
and I think it works with black women, white men, is because we're expected to make things happen. We're expected to come through, and when we come together and we're both pouring in, it's like you get two positives coming together, just magnifying. You know what I mean?
Well, the pressure, the societal pressure on white men and black women as a couple is far greater than any other couple out there. And the fact that these two people get together and make it work, that just shows they're stronger than the average people walking around.
Yeah, it shows they're
Because
stronger.
honestly, when you get delivered of what other people think of you, you're way stronger than them because they're still caught up in other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And when you get delivered of other people's opinions and judgment, people that walk up to you and smart off are just a waste of air. I just laugh at them. It's like, well, okay, everybody's got an opinion. It's kind of like, another hole on their you can't tell me I stink and you're standing in a bucket of poop.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if you have an opinion, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to convince me to think differently than my opinion. That one belongs to me. That is mine. And I'll laugh at you for trying.
Hey, thanks, Jennifer Smith. She said, Brett, this is the best show ever. You did a wonder. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. That was nice.
I think that's why power couples, when you have a white man and a black woman, and then you put the title power couple above them, it's literally, you have a like poster children, I guess you could say poster children, or functioning model of what a husband and wife should be about telling the rest of the world to kiss off.
Yeah.
Go away. Your opinion is not part of our relationship. Goodbye. You share your opinion at your own peril because you might get a response that's public. That's one thing. If somebody makes a public opinion statement about me, I will make a public statement back, and I will publicly do it because, well, what's the Bible say? With the measure you judge someone, you'll be measured accordingly. I was like, well, tag, you're it. Here we go.
Right.
Anybody that takes the time to go out of their way to disrespect you has no respect for you. Therefore, it is your duty to show them they need to. It's your duty.
Hey, who's this? Shira. She loves Rainbow Boys. What? Looks like we got LGBTQ person in here.
Yeah, she's been in the chat for a while. She, he.
Yeah, I was
put it.
looking. Yeah.
I don't have a politically correct. What are you pronoun terminology?
Yeah, this isn't an LGBTQ channel, so you probably need to go to that. I mean,
this is what you call recruitment.
a recruit. Oh, trying to recruit for LGB in my comment section.
Yeah, looking for support.
No, okay.
Oh, hey, Brent.
Yes, sir.
I don't mean to get off a topic, but
no worries.
But did you know that that the Bengals are playing the Cowboys soon? In about a couple months. I checked the schedule. The Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. They do?
Yeah, they do. I think it's in the middle of the season, I think. But I mean, it's gonna be a good game, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cowboys are struggling. That's my team, but oh my God, they just I don't know what they're doing, but
yeah, the Bengals finally got a win today. Finally got a win today after a three losing streak.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it happens. I mean, I was going to do a football show, but I backed out. I think Swirl to investment's more important. I mean, I like football, but I don't know. I'd rather look at marriage stats than football stats. But I do love it. I mean, I watch it, but yeah. But yeah, I haven't really paid attention to their schedule. Yeah. But the Bengals were top. Well, they were in the Super Bowl a few years ago, so I mean, they're a good team that's struggling. The Cowboys were real good last year, and they're struggling. I mean, it happens. It's sports. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would probably be a good game. It probably would.
Well, it kind of going back to the original. Anytime a white woman thinks that she has, the self-imposed right to you, as it like for a white guy, and then you tell them that you only date black women, you want to talk about offended. I get this one lady, every time I see her, she flips me off. She smiles, but she flips me off every time because she knows she's never going to measure up. She's 34 years old. She likes older guys. And I've told her repeatedly, I only date black women. And wow.
Yeah,
it's just indignant.
Yeah, some women will get offended. White women are, I don't know. I got some that are white women that are my friends, and they think it's beautiful, my relationship with my wife. Some will support, some hate you for it. I mean, I don't know. It's, I think with me, they hate that
advocate.
It's like they hate that I uplift black women. They hate that I give praise to black women. They can't. Oh my God. Okay, you like them, but what? What do you mean they're that great? Really? And I'm like, yeah, really, they are.
That's that competitive nature. They're like, you're supposed to uplift us white women because you're white. It's like, no, sweetheart, you can go sit down now. We're talking about black women. We're talking about the Eve gene. Take a seat, Karen. It's not about you.
Right.
See, that's me when somebody starts going in. It just, I do know. I just, I'm trying to be politically correct because I'm on your show.
Right.
But no, it's interesting because when you see, well, for me, I'm a single man. And when I go into a store, I can walk by any woman, but the moment I see a black woman, first thing I do is I admire the black woman, briefly, but then I always check for a wedding ring. It's like a 1-2 second split,
Well, yeah, you should, especially if you're going to approach. Make sure you're not.
Well, especially, because if I have a tendency to stare, I want to make sure I'm not staring at another man's, because it ain't. I need to mind my own business at that point.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want no guy staring at my wife.
Right.
That's crossing a boundary. And especially with me, I kind of got a traditional mindset, which is like, well, you're being impolite. You have a problem controlling yourself? Do you need my help? The problem with today is, Brent, a lot of the men have no honor. I mean, look what they're doing. They're attacking women for a preference.
Right.
They're entitled to. They're entitled to their own preference. But these
They are.
men have no honor at all. They're attacking women for having a preference that doesn't include them. That's not an honorable man. He never learned what honor meant or even what it feels like. We've lost our morality. It's just, because you can't be immoral and have honor. The two don't go together.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. I think I'm getting older, and once you see something, you can't unsee it, and so you're stuck with it, and then you're just constantly looking at it, and it's just like, it's an interesting time to be alive.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful time, but an interesting time.
What's wrong with men saving women? Nothing. We should save women.
Well, who said it was wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this I agree. White women hate when white men put black women over them. Yeah, they do. And it's not so much. Yeah, but that's their right. I mean.
Well, see, that's what the men are doing to the women, because it's a feminine move.
Right.
You see the similarity? It's identical. It's a feminine move. White women do it, and the black men are doing it. Well, it's not just black men. I see white men do the same thing.
Right.
It's a feminine move, big time.
Right. Yeah. But we see things changing, and I'm happy for it. My thing is it with black women, and I'll say this. I want to see black women be at the top where they belong. When it comes to marriage, I want a day to come where most black women are married and not single mothers, and not, I want to see where they're at the top of the top. And it'll get there, but it's going to take time. And the reason is because of the barricades, the propaganda, and black women's loyalty so many times is used against them. Their love and their loyalty, and a lot of times there are black women that will open up their options, that be happy to, but they feel guilty, like they're letting a black man down by getting with this white guy, or they're not being loyal to their people, crazy stuff like that. And
well, see, there again, it takes a strong person to walk away from a societal, tradition or whatever.
And that's what we need to do. We don't need to be like living in the collective. I've never liked collective thinking like that. I think we need to move as individuals. Who shows you love and respect, that's who you go with. Instead of like, well, I got to stay with my people and you be with your people, and that to me
Mm.
is the dumbest thing, and that's the barriers we need to break. And
Well, the
you know,
problem with that thinking is tribalism is weakness.
yeah,
Because when you stick to a certain group and say, I will not leave this group, that literally makes you weak, especially in this country that's supposed to be a melting pot. If you insist on tribalism and live by it, it makes you weak because you're standing with a small group instead of with a humongous group.
yeah,
I mean, every country that's ever been overthrown by an imposing army, it was full of tribalism. And they fought individually and got smashed like they didn't exist.
yeah. Forrest Bear says, I watch white women see white men with Asian girls, and they don't seem to be pissed. But when it's a black woman, it's a different story. Yeah, I've seen that. And you know what I've seen? And get this, more Asian women are married to white men than Asian men. Do you know that in our
Oh,
country
that's
right now?
crazy.
That's crazy,
Wow.
right? But I never seen an Asian man say, "Oh, you damn fetishizer, stay away from Yingling." You're just fetishizing our women. And no, they just live their life and like they don't care, whatever.
Well, because there's a thing about Asian communities. They're all about being traditional role models, like male role models.
Yeah,
And if you act weak and talk like that, you're considered weak. You're a whiner.
yeah.
Whiners don't get promoted in those types of environments.
The loyalty is perverted. That's what happened to my mom. My dad was jealous of her goodness.
Mm.
Yeah, I think loyalty can get perverted, and you know, you just got to be an individual, especially black women. They just got to go where the best option is. I mean, and not be so race loyal to where they push themselves out of the, opportunity of being with a man that's there for them, you know. Because when you outnumber your group by over 2 million and they date and marry out more than you, uh, yeah, it's not good odds.
Yeah,
Oh,
Becky's always trying to get injections and surgeries to look like she has a black woman's body. It always cracks me up when a white woman claims, "Oh, I'm shaped like a black woman." Now
mm.
you're just saying that you're a cheap imitation of a really awesome original. Stop it.
An imitation.
Well, I mean, it's unearned honor. I mean, well, because a 34-year-old said she had a black woman's booty. She told me that. I got a black woman's booty. It's like, but you're white. I didn't press it too far, but it's like, stop it.
Well, she's thinking that if she has a body like her, you'll be interested in her. Like all you value is her body.
No, it's not
Yeah.
the body. It's the fact that a woman, because she's black and the pressure that she lives under every day, chooses to be with somebody that society doesn't like, means she's strong enough to tell the world to take a hike. That's going to make your relationship way stronger than any other relationship you could ever hope for.
Right.
Outside influence destroys more marriages than, oh, good Lord.
Yeah, it does.
Godiva goddess. Plastic can never be sexy, or it's.
What's that?
Oh, Godiva goddess. She's being funny.
Oh.
She's true. She's right, but she's being cute.
Yeah, I'm sorry I had to step out a minute, but I got my headphones on, so I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's an interesting thing to go. I mean, because there's not a lot of black people where I live. And,
Right.
and it just, and anytime I see an adorable black woman, of course, I always notice the eyes and the smile, but, you always check for the wedding ring, always. And, but,
Well, yeah.
it's just interesting because when you walk by, you know, I call them the carbon copy Karen because they got the blonde hair, the clothes are almost identical. They all wear the same style of clothes, same style of hair, everything. It's like a carbon copy, like a cookie cutter. But don't.
Oh,
Here they come, walking out of the assembly line. And then you throw a black woman in the mix, or you tell them you're only interested in black women, and their mind starts to melt.
yeah.
They're just
Chris
like,
dropped off.
oh, he did? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if he dropped off or StreamYard.
Mm.
I'll put the link back up if he wants to come back.
But it's
Hey,
just
Chris,
funny
if
to watch
you
the
can come
carbon
back
copy
if
Karen.
huh?
The
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 carbon
carbon copy
copy.
Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, carbon copy Karens, I mean, you get them out there and then they just their brain goes into melt mode when you tell them you only date black women because they can never go to the store and buy themselves black. I
Right.
don't care how many procedures. Basically, you're telling them no matter what you do, you'll never measure up to my preference.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with that.
Right.
Any
Well,
man that says you don't measure up, it just like makes their brain tilt. Whether they're interested in them in that man or not, just telling them they can't measure up to this standard. And then they're like, wait a minute, what?
right.
It's weird.
Yeah, well, society's always told them they're the best and the top. And I always said to people, because here's a misleading thing, Corey and Chris, that society says that in America the most desired woman is a white woman, and that ain't necessarily true because what happens is men and men should do this. The beauty standard is their wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of people is white people in America, for now. So most white men have white wives, so they uplift their wives. It don't mean they're the top. It just means that that's mostly who they're married to. Um, and I've heard white women say, "Well, we're more desired than any other group of women." No, you're the most married to the biggest group of men in the country, so they're going to uplift you because a man uplifts his wife above every woman because men are supposed to do that. Your wife should be your one and only. Like the Bible says, forsake all. That means nobody can compare to your wife. She is the best. She is the top. She is the woman you love more than any woman on earth. And when the majority has wives, that's going to be the beauty standard. And that's not the beauty standard because people ain't trying to go and look like Becky. So, but they are the majority, so of course they're going to put themselves on top. But they're not really on top. Does that make sense? Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. But I just but you can tell the top because if you took white men and you took married stats, who are they going to last longer with? The answer is black women. So to me, that tells me that they love black women more. They're more involved with black women. They're more loving to black women. And white men that pursue black women are serious and they're strategic about it. And I think black women are the same way with, when they date out. And I think that's why it works because they look beyond coming together and having fun for the short time. They're looking for the long term, the family, you know, what the future's going to look like. Um, you know, but anyway.
Well, it's true because you hear a lot about a lot of younger white women. I say younger, I mean to me, any woman that's like below the age of 40 now, because I'm 54, and they all have the same thing they say is they're not looking for a long time, they're looking for a good time. And it's
Right.
like I've already had my fill of party girls when I was a teenager.
Well,
It was an empty life.
yeah, and here's the thing, and this is why I think black women do better with white men. Number one, we get out of that young and dumb stage early, and meaning
Yeah.
we're looking to get married and not waste time. Where black men, they marry much later on in life. Okay, they might be in their 40s and 50s before they do it. Where us white guys, and especially if we're traditional, the minute we get out, we want to get married. We're looking to build our family. Um, and I think that has impact on society because people that wait to get married mostly ain't waiting to have sex. They want to do that right away.
Right.
But marriage, they want to hold off. It's like they want the benefits of marriage, but don't want to pay for those benefits. You know what I mean? Don't want to be responsible for it
It's
until they're.
funny because I got engaged when I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was 20. My ex-wife was 17.
Wow.
Yeah. I was married by the time I was 22.
Yeah. Well, I was 24 when I got married, and I felt like I was a late bloomer. But no, but that's how we do things. White people do get married much earlier than black people. It's in our culture. Well, not all of our cultures, because we got white people just doing whatever, but we still have we still have a lot that are marriage minded. That's what we do. Like I said, when I was 15, I prayed for a black woman because I knew I was going to get married soon. That was in my mind. There was no doubt about it. And I wanted it because that's what we do. And that's what I look forward to. And when I got to that point, I wanted a black woman by my side because that's where my heart was. And and when I turned 24, I got married to my wife, and I probably would have been married sooner if I wouldn't have made some dumb mistakes. But it is what it is. But we're just more marriage minded, and I think black women, if they want to be married young, they're going to have to open up their options to a culture that marries sooner. That's more marriage minded because right now, when I look at the marriage stats in the black community, and to be fair, marriage stats across the board is horrible. But I mean, with black women being outnumbered and least likely to date and marry out, maybe that needs to change. I'm just saying. What'd she say? Becky is the most desired by vain men until she falls out of the youth train. Then she finds out she can pull only Dusty's. Look at Cher and Madonna, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow. Yeah. Well, black women
she's
do
not too
age a
far
lot
off.
better. Huh?
She's not too far off because there's a lot of white Karens today that are finding out that no, life does not look at you the same when you're 40 and 50 and then compared to when you were young and 20 years old. Nobody's looking to build a legacy with you when you're 40 and 50. I mean, It's like I told a young lady that I work with. I told her, I said, "Do you know the thing with the women my age is they all smell like icy hot." She started laughing.
Icy hot.
And it's just like, oh my God, But I mean, I like to have fun, so it's not entirely true. But
Right.
I mean, I still move for my age. I still move pretty fast, and it just
Yeah.
there's people
Society
younger than
lied
me
to.
can't even keep up.
She says society lied to white women. She's finding out now. Uh-oh, you're on angry anger. You're on angry. You're gonna make some Becky's and Karen's mad.
That part itself really doesn't matter anymore because people
Yeah.
have literally stopped caring about Karen.
Yeah.
I mean, they have literally given up trying to make sure Karen's feelings don't get hurt. They've just walked away from it.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
like,
they're tired of the overprivileged woman that's got to have her way at every turn.
well, when you're 20 and you stick out your bottom lip and stomp your foot, you get away with it. But when you're 50 and you stick out your bottom lip and stomp your foot, nobody gives a damn. You're a grandma age, and you're not supposed to act like a baby.
Yeah, let's not be so hard on Karens. We need Karens. Look,
I know they
in
make
my
great
neighbor.
neighborhood watch. They're awesome
Yes,
neighborhood watch with.
oh my God, they're the best.
They pay attention to everything.
Hey, they do. And if a crime takes place in the neighborhood,
They got video.
They got video. They got notes.
They got video.
Yeah, it's like they're. And the thing with a Karen is she'll throw a fit, but she won't confront somebody in the dark. So she won't go out there with with a gun and accidentally shoot somebody, or won't have none of that with Karen. She'll stay in her house hidden and call the police.
Well,
and
you know
that's
what? I found the greatest Karen repellent.
What's that?
Is when you have a beautiful black wife sitting next to you in the car.
Oh,
It
yeah.
repels Karens left and right. All they can do is their face turns into like a shriveled up raisin. They get so angry. Oh, it's like somebody just gave them a tablespoon of alum or something. Just
What's this? Black men stay their preference white, women, Asian, and other races. Well, maybe because they're dumb. I mean,
hey, I'd say let them have it all.
They can have it. Look,
let them have it all.
Hey, we're going to do it. I promote a switch. Maybe, hey, we should. And whoever wants to do this, if you're white women, you like black men, and if you're black women who love white men, maybe we should have like a thing where we send them to the different communities, and we can have a welcoming committee, and everybody be happy.
I'm sorry, Brent. I'm anti-drama. I won't be joining that show.
You won't be joining that show?
No, sir. I will just keep to myself. I can't do it.
Can you imagine if we could do that? Oh my God.
No, I don't even want to think about it. It's just a no for me.
What? Sending white women to be with black men? If that's what they want.
Yeah, but you were talking like hosting something, and I can't do it. I don't have it in me.
Oh no, that's just a joke. Hey.
Oh, okay. You were worrying me for a second. I just like I'll be absent. Sorry.
How would I host that?
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. No, it was a joke. It was.
I know. I'm just having fun with you.
Yeah, I'm just speaking facts on her supposed. Okay.
They're talking about Adele.
Oh, Adele. Okay. Oh, that woman singer. Okay.
But you know what's funny when you're sitting in public and you have like do you know who Sonia Barbie is? The Black Barbie. She's a runway model.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, when I got, because sometimes I'll watch her because she wears really pretty dresses, you know, and I really enjoy an elegant looking lady, especially black women. You know, they're really,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think anyway, move on. But you know, when I got that playing, and when you get a white woman that
Uh,
walks behind you, and you got that, and then they they kind of give you the side eye, but they don't say a word. they they're afraid to say, well, yeah, especially when they find out how you respond. They won't say a word. It's
yeah.
funny. It just cracks me up because if you look at any other woman, they're just like, oh, she's attractive, you know, or something like that. That's just how they are. Because I've done both, you know. I hate to say it, but sometimes I get ornery and I experiment with people,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put some type and you get a woman walk by and she'll see a white woman in an evening gown and she'll be like, oh, she's lovely, you know. But then you put a black woman on there and that mouth clamps down tighter than a oh man. And I'm laughing inside. I think that's what, you know, because I'm an empath. I pick up on people's body language, gestures, motions,
Mm.
movements, postures. My son's autistic
Mm.
and he's nonverbal. So I'm all about reading people's reactions. It's not so much what they say, but
Yeah.
how they react and where their hands go and what their feet do and does their body turn away, you know, does their shoulders unsquare from you, you know, all that stuff. It's a dead giveaway that they don't really want to have this conversation. It just cracks me up. Because when you engage with somebody, you're squared to them.
Right.
But if you don't want to talk to them about anything, it's a unsquared, you know, it's immediate without even thinking about it. You're turning away from the conversation. It just cracks me up when they see my phone with, you know, elegant looking black women on there, and then you tell them, oh, they date black women. I don't date white women. And
You,
oh boy, does it start.
yeah. You
Hmm.
know the most that hate it the most is the elderly. You know the up in age white women, especially when you're young. Because I remember back in the day when I first got married, uh, and you know, me and my wife have 3 kids, and our kids were little.
Hmm.
I remember the most hate I got from white women was back in the day when we were young and had children, and um, I don't know. Maybe it's just that they felt I'm not supposed to have a family with a black woman. I don't know,
Well, see,
but
there
that
again,
that was the
shaming a
most hate I
man,
got. Yeah, that's where I
shaming a
got the
man
most
in
hate.
public.
And
Yeah, but shaming a man in public for his preference is a female move. And night today, we have men doing it.
right.
It is so feminine. It's unbelievable. And they think
Oh,
they're being alpha. If you ask them, they're being alpha. They're telling their women what they can and cannot do. That cracks me up.
yeah. Do you
I
think
mean,
this is true? Most white women don't like black men, but white women are not dumb. They know who they are dealing with, and they go after the richer one and the one that hates black women. Mm. Um, some cases that's true. I'll say that. Uh,
hmm.
yeah, hating on Becky isn't satisfying to me. Letting
Well,
her see we are nothing alike and can still get everything I want for
Brett,
me and the best Brad does. Yeah, we're not hating on Becky. We love Becky. Becky, we just having fun.
Brett, with the way my mind works, if I ever have an older woman walk up to me and make a comment about me and my future wife, my mouth is just going to fall open and she's going to wish she never said anything because my response is going to be something in the manner of, well, they say black don't crack, and when my wife is your age, she's going to look 20 years younger. Boy, that would just it's like, you look old, go away.
Yeah.
You tell a woman that she's old and used up, and especially in public, you know.
Oh yeah.
Because any woman that's willing to challenge you in public for your preference does not want public opinion coming back on her or public ridicule. Oh God, can't handle it.
Yeah. And they don't want to be told they're old. Yeah, yeah.
And you
Us
know, yeah,
guys,
no,
you could tell us we look old, we're old, and we're like, oh, yeah, well, I am up there. Okay, so what?
well,
You
yeah,
know, we
for a
just,
guy, yeah, you look in the mirror and shave your dad's face, and it's like, yeah, I got old.
yeah.
But you tell a woman that, it's like, yeah, you know, my brain works so quick, and I'm a writer, so the words flow real easy, sometimes too
Mhm.
easy, you know. And
Yeah, don't
I
let them
try
flow
to,
too.
I, you know, you're not supposed to speak your whole mind, but anytime somebody comes up and wants to shame you for something, and it's like, you should have left me alone. And now I'm going to show you why. Because when I
Yeah,
talk, when somebody tries to publicly shame me, my voice gets louder than needed when I respond. I want the whole room to hear. I want half the store to hear my response to this idiot person. It's just like,
right.
oh, you want to shame me? Okay, well, I'm going to make a spectacle out of you. I'm going to watch you shrink and walk out that exit.
Yeah. Well, most people won't shame you. I mean, you know how they usually when they don't like seeing you with a black woman, this is usually what they do. They'll ask you questions like, well, what does your mom think about that? What is how did you deal with your family? Is your mom okay?
Yeah,
What does your dad think? And you
yeah.
know, because my wife worked for this woman that was um you could tell she didn't like the fact that she was married to me. And she would ask my wife, well, what's his mom think? What how did you guys deal with, when you got married? And was the family okay with it? Was his mom
Mhm.
okay? They always say his mom. Like I guess they picture a white man's mom as just a mean, evil that just can't
Mm.
take her son being with a black woman. Um,
Mm.
and ask those questions. Well, what about your kids? How do they deal with being both? And like, it's like, come on now. They're human beings. They're just who they are. They don't, we don't teach them to be insecure because they're, black and white. I mean, that's stupid. But
Well, you see, that's that nice, nasty Karen.
yeah, like trying to be friendly, just acting like she's just curious, but she's
Yeah,
trying to break you down like, yeah,
it's
nobody likes it. Yeah.
gaslighting with a smile is nice, nasty. It just, yeah. You know, if my own mother had a problem with me marrying a black woman, I would tell my own mother to sit down and mind your own business.
Yeah. Like
It's none of your business.
and that's the thing, and here's a misconception. Uh a lot of people are being told and telling black women, well, you'll go to that white man's family and they'll say something racist and he won't protect you, he'll sit back. No, it don't work that way. And I like to just destroy that myth, because if anybody attacked my wife, I don't care if it's my mother, father, whoever, they're going to be
Hmm.
put in their place, and if it comes to it, I will cut my whole family off, because the most important person in my family is my wife, and nobody is going disrespect her. Or so yeah, that don't work. But my family would never do that anyway. Um, my
Well, you
my,
know,
my
we're traditional men with traditional Christian
yeah,
values. An attack on my wife is an attack on me.
right. And
You
the
don't
thing
want to
of it
go there.
is my family wasn't concerned of what my wife looked like, what skin tone. They were concerned I got a good wife, because they want
Yeah.
to see the family carry on and be successful and have a loving family. And you know what I mean? They want to see my kids be successful. That's the only concern they have of who I married. Now, what color she is, that don't matter. You know, my mom never tried to talk me out of it. Neither did my dad. And in fact, they knew something was going on. They got out of the way
Hmm.
and let nature take its course, and it worked out for the best. You know, so you know. But I've seen videos. Oh well, black women, you get with a white man, Becky ain't going to let you in, and you know, well, Becky don't have a say so. We just kick her to the curb. You know, I mean, eh, Becky don't control the white community. I'm
Ugh.
sorry. But
Anybody that has that small of an IQ to make that statement, they deserve what they get. I
no,
have to
but
say
I've
it.
seen people
It's
make
just,
videos about that, and you know, if the guy's so weak he can't defend you, and you're
oh
with
man,
him, well, you should
that's not
kick
a
him to
man
the
you
curb
want to be
anyway.
with.
Right.
You don't want to be with that guy. Yeah, that's weakness on display. That's painful. Well, for white traditional men okay, I'm going to say boys. When white boys are raised in a family with traditional fathers,
Hmm.
we're told to man up long before we ever become the age of being men. I mean, you're raised with the mindset, and if you choose not to man up, it's not because you weren't told to man up. You just
Right.
chose not to. And
Right.
when in the white community or the white culture, I don't know how to put it because a lot of white people don't have a culture. Not that I really recognize. I mean, I was
Well,
raised on the West Coast. I really can't say that I grew up in a culture because, for the most part, I've rejected all the rejected negative
well,
aspects of.
a- actually, I think you're right. We don't have a culture. Look, um, we sure don't live in the collective. White people, I'm telling you, I look at my family in California, Arizona, down south, and none of us think alike. None of us.
No,
We're in our own little world. You know, it's like, and here's the thing, and that what's crazy is you could say, okay, if I have a show and I say, and I went and said something negative about this black man that said this, there'll be other black men that jump on me, right? Now, if somebody's making fun of a white guy and we see it as white men, we just don't care. Oh well, whatever. You know, we're not connected like that in the collective. We're just like, you know,
well, big
is he right or
because
wrong or, huh?
yeah, as men, we understand if this man is being jumped on and he crumbles, then he was not a mature man.
Right.
If he stands there and holds his own, he's already proven he's a capable male individual.
Yeah.
We won't coddle a weak person. We will. I mean, if you're 8 years old, yeah, you're going to get defended. But if you're 38,
Yeah.
oh, you,
38. Well, it's
there's
still
a
eight, right?
difference in contrast there. You protect
Right.
children. You do not protect grown men.
Right.
It just no. If you ain't grown up by my grandma always said, if a man doesn't change by the time he's 50, he's not going to change because it's a choice to be mature.
Right.
It's not this magical age that you mature. It's a choice to mature or not. And
Yep.
most men know at a very young age they are going to mature as rapidly as possible. That's the only way to have respect in what you could call the white culture.
Right.
Is to be capable. Because if you're not, well, we don't care. We'll discard you.
Right. Yeah, we're just not in it like that. It's you know, I have you seen any white men complain about white women with black men? I haven't
No.
seen that. And
Well, maybe
some,
skinheads.
well, yeah, I mean, well, the ones in hate groups, sure, but I
Well, see,
mean, just
that's that tribalism stuff.
yeah, and that's right. That's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't seen white men make videos just trashing white women. I mean, I mean, they might make fun of them, but it's like more of a funny. You know what I mean? It's not
Well, see,
like,
there again, that's why I said tribalism is it's weakness.
yeah.
You're choosing to be weak by remaining tribal.
Mm.
You're way stronger by networking as many people, regardless of their background. The more people
Right.
you have networked, the stronger you are as a collective in the field you're in. It's their ethnic race or whatever is irrelevant. When
Right.
I firmly believe when my neighbors are strong, my neighborhood is strong, my county is strong, my state is strong, my country is strong.
Right.
And what you look like, the color of your skin, however your language is, I don't care. I just want to
Right.
know that you're stable, dependable. If somebody's house catches on fire, I'll stand next to you with the hose. You know, if you're going to run away screaming on your phone, well, that was a disappointment.
Right. Right.
You know, it.
Run away
Yeah.
screaming on your phone.
Well, you know
I
what I
was trying to
mean, because a
picture
lot of
that.
people will actually
Yeah.
take out their phone and video a crime and not do nothing about it.
Oh yeah.
No, don't even. Okay, maybe I shouldn't go. This will change the whole show
Yeah.
right here. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's a rabbit trail. We'll just unhook that trap and move on.
Right. Right. Right.
But no, it just it. See, you know why I enjoy your show so much, Brent, is because we are both traditional men raised with
Mhm.
traditional values, with a strong Christian or traditional Christian background. An attack on
Mhm.
my wife is a direct attack on my flesh.
Right. Well, yeah,
Therefore, I
because
have a right to knock you out, break your jaw, or do whatever makes me feel better about your mouth outrunning itself. You know, 'cause you overspoke your value if you do that. That
right.
to me is just like a no go. You don't go there.
Right. And that's the thing we have too is we can have enemies, but we don't attack their wives, their children. We don't, you know,
Because it's a beta move. It's
it's a
feminine.
beta dumpling move.
It's extremely feminine. And for a man to be that feminine, to me, that's not a man. That's a boy. That's a male. There's a difference between a male and a man. Big time. You were born male. You have to
Hmm.
become a man. It's not the same.
Right.
Men are made through pressure.
Yeah.
You know, good men have gone through it. Just being born male does not make you a man. Not even the same.
Right. No, that's so true.
That'd be like saying that
Oh,
every male horse that is ever born can win the Kentucky Derby. That's not true. Winners are
right.
winners go through it. You don't. You got to put in the work. You got to earn the respect. It's not given just because you're male. When you stand there and stomp your foot and stick out your bottom lip like a princess when you're when you're male and expect to get man treatment, I just gotta laugh because the two are
Right.
not. No, it's just no. I don't care how many people you get on your site or get on your social media and say, "Oh, you're a man." Yeah, okay, and Disney's still making Disney fairy tales too. Come on, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
So,
was rambling.
no worries. Hey, we can ramble, we can drift, we can do it all. Oh yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna close it down here soon. We've been on for 3 hours, but
No, I've only
it's
been
been
here for about an hour.
yeah. Well, I've been on for 3 hours.
I know I'm teasing.
No, but you know, things are changing, and some things are changing for the best. like people opening up their options. That needs to happen. Okay. I'm all for that. I know there's haters that don't want to see black women go anywhere but the black community, but that ain't going to happen. You know, um, some will be loyal to the end, but there are many black women that are opening up their options. Look, they were doing it in the 80s. We talk about swirling, divestment, all that stuff today. That was happening in the 80s. Um, I remember seeing it happen back in when I was in my high school days. That's nothing new. It's just they put a name on it. It's kind of like swirl to investment. That's been happening. Interracial marriage has been happening forever, right? It just more so now because it was illegal back in the day. But I just put a name on something that's been happening. Um, you know, and marriage is the biggest investment you'll ever make. So that's why I call it investment. And the best woman to invest in is the black woman, hands down. You can't tell me I'm wrong. I mean, you could say I'm wrong, but I'm right. I mean, I look at my life, my marriage, and people are amazed it worked, but I'm not amazed because I knew it would. I knew I had the best option. And what was that? I'm feeling tired. I Yeah, I'm a little tired. Do I look it tired? Um, yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? I guess I am tired. Um
Well, hey, I'm going to step down so you can close this out.
Okay.
Chris, it was nice to have you up on the panel. I enjoyed all the guys up here.
Oh, thank you, Corey.
Yeah.
And,
Thanks for
we'll take
coming
you
up.
guys on the next.
Thanks for coming up, Corey. It's good talking to you, brother.
Good to
And
be here.
oh, thanks. And Chris, it's been a pleasure talking to you too, sir. Um, you know,
Appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been on here.
yeah, it's been a little bit, yeah. But you're welcome here anytime. And guys, when I drop the link, if anybody wants to come up, I open it to everybody. Now if you come up trolling, I'm going to block you because, you know, but if you want to come up, you can. And, I'm not one of these that, oh, the rainbow troll. Yeah, I had to get, but, I always open up the link, but if you're a troll, I'm going to block you. I'm not going, unless I feel like debating you or messing with you, um, you know, but, you're welcome. Come up anytime. Um, and Chris, you take care of yourself, brother, and come up anytime. Okay. It's good talking to you and Corey. Um, I enjoyed the show tonight. I do want you to get some sleep. Do I look tired, guys? I must look real tired, right? Yeah, I guess I do. Okay. Chris dropped off. Thank you for coming up, Chris. It's good talking to you. Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. Um, I guess I am tired because I was, running around crazy yesterday and you know, but I enjoyed this show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, the point I was trying to make is things are changing. Winds are changing. People are opening up their options more and more, and they need to. Um, you know, and I want to promote that. And you guys have heard my story. Black women have been a major blessing in my life. Black women have, you know, influenced me from a child to my whole life and have been a blessing. Black women have taught me how to love the right way and have taught me what true love is. And, you know, but, things are changing and open up your options. Okay. You got to vet though. Okay. But get to know people, open up your options, there are people that love you that might not look like you, and that's okay. Might not have the same skin tone. Who cares, right? We're all people. Uh, get rested, have some Beetlejuice. It helps. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm not that tired. You don't look tired. Great show. Thank you. Finally. I'm not tired, dang it. Well, actually, I'm kind of tired, but anyway, I know I got off topic a little bit. And, you know, a lot going on in my life, a lot on my mind, good things, but, I'm a busy person. Um, but anyway, guys, you have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. I'll be back on Saturday. Saturday's my time unless something crazy happens like last night, then I'll reschedule. But if that happens, I don't worry, it just something happened I couldn't control. And I do apologize for not being able to make it happen yesterday, but I was able to fix it for today, and that's but you guys have a good night. Thank you, Roadrunner, for a great life. Thank you. Thank you guys for your kind words. Thanks for supporting this channel. Thanks for watching the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. You're awesome. You're part of the Swirl to Investment family. And I'm grateful to have you on this platform. You are my friends. I care for you. And you're what makes it happen. Oh, thanks, Carolyn. Okay. Don't play they are you. Yeah. Well, thanks, Carolyn. And Foster Bear, it's good seeing you. Genesis, Corey, thanks for coming on. Noletti, good to see you. Winter Glow. Godiva Goddess, good to see you, young lady. Greg, how you doing, sir? Genesis, good to see you. Now let's see if I covered everybody in the chat. If I miss you, I apologize. Christine Morgan, thanks for coming in. Yeah, thank you guys for being part of this show. Oh, Andrea Wahlberg, good to see you. Aqua Rose, okay. Thank you guys for being part of this show. I'll be on again Saturday. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. And we could cover it. My whole point today was just talk about things that are changing, the changing winds. Okay, Black women coming together more now than ever, and we should embrace that, encourage it. And it's all about finding love, going where you're loved and celebrated. And I'll see you guys again Saturday. For sure, I might come up again this week, but we'll see. But Saturday for sure. But anyway, have a good night. God bless. Take care. Open up your options. Swirl to Investment.